幸福市のポンプ場で遺体となって見つかった男子中学生佐々木英介。彼の頭には笑顔が描かれた紙袋がかぶせられていた。その様子は18年前に起きた未解決の連続少女殺人事件、さらには都市伝説エミオと酷似していた。君は宇津木からの指示を受け、久世兄弟のことを調べるために久世家があるというゆかり子村を訪れた。しかし久世家は今は誰も
老人ホームリラックスゆかり子村だ。おじいさんやおばあさんたちが和やかに談笑している。
はいはい。
こんにちは。
失礼ですが、どなたかのご家族の方ですか？
あ、いえ、そうじゃありません。
ご家族ではないということですね。
こちらに入居されている方にちょっとお話がありました。
その方とはお約束をされているんでしょうか？
あ、いえ、約束はしていません。
え？大変申し訳ありません。当施設ではご面会のご予約のない方のお取り次ぎはできない規則。大変申し訳ありませんが、お引き取り願えますでしょうか？申し訳ありませんが、
身内でもないものが訪ねてきたらこういう対応になって当たり前なんだろうな。一度出直すべきなの。
はい。申し訳あります。申し訳あります。
受付カウンターだ。結構立派なんだな。機嫌そうに僕を見ている。無理もないと。入居者の方だろうか。楽しそうに話す。ここは
はい。申し訳ありません。
おじいさんやおばあさんたちが和やかに談笑している。確かに家族でもないものが。突然押しかけてすみませんでした。出直すことに
申し訳ありませんね。今度いらっしゃるときは入居者の方にお知らせください。ご予約を承ります。
はい、失礼します。 よしえさんに連絡をして面会の予約をしてから出直すか。ってどうやって？予約を取り付ける方法がない。予約を取り付けろ。久世刑事に相談してみるっていうのは無理、絶対に無理。久世、虚しい。のどかな場所だな。結局予約を取り付ける方法が思い当たらない。よしえさんに話を聞くことはこれからもできないかもしれない。よし、もう一度受付。
あなた、申し訳ありませんが。
規則だというのは、実は僕、久世よしえさんのお孫さんの知り合い。
お孫さんの？
予約をお願いしたいところなのですが、僕、よしえさんとは認識。
だったらそのお孫さんを通じてご予約いただけ。
それがちょっとできない事情がありまして。
は
なんとかならないものでしょ
あ、やはり規則は規則ですので、ご予約のないか。
それができないから困ってるんだ。久世よしえさんを。
はあ？
で、ご挨拶して事情をお話しして面会を予約して、あわよくばそのままお話を。
それはできないってさっきから申し上げている。とにかくお引き取りください。
やっぱりダメか。
諦めてください。ご予約なしに久世さんとはお会いできません。
ああ、何事かと思ってか。目が合っちゃった。
どちら様？私に何かご用なのかしら？
あ、いえ、
よしえさん、どちらかわからない人とは。
よしえさん。失礼ですが、久世よ。
ええ、そうよ。ほらごらんなさい。この子が悪い人に。
この人が久世よしえさん。沢子ばあちゃんと会ってるみたいだ。
あらあら、どうしたのあなた。急に悲しそうな顔になって。お腹でも痛いの？
いえ、大丈夫です。
それであなたはもしかして刑事の方かしら？
僕は純子さんの知り合いで。いや、このおばあさんをごまかすような真似はしたくない。
まあ、探偵さん。
Is this is this better? Okay, that's... Oh, God. Oh, I wish I knew earlier. Oh, I'm a fool. Oh, God, so much. So much of this game. Oh! I've been streaming for like 15 minutes and I didn't know any of it was... Oh, that makes me so sad. Because I was adding jokes and I was... Oh... Hi. I'm sad. I'm a sad boy now. God, what a deflating thing to learn. What happened? I don't know what happened. I unplugged and replugged my microphone and it worked. And it works now, but I don't know. I didn't change anything, I didn't do anything, but like, just messed up. Yeah, I mean, you might be the only one here, so... No, it's the same mic I've been using for a while. Oh, God, oh, I'm so deflated now. Oh, my detective. Oh, how can I help you?
よしえさん
Mrs. Yoshi.
困らせてごめんな
Is
さい
this against the rules? This young man seems like he's in some sort of trouble.
ご迷惑をおかけして。
So sorry for the inconvenience.
よしえさんも
Since
こうおっしゃってる
Miss
し
Yoshi is okay, then I'll allow the visit. But don't make a habit of this, okay? Yes,
ありが
thank
とうござい
you.
ます。
Ooh, metaphor. Let me know what you think when you play it. Feel free to enter the facility. I can't. I'm so sad. I had this whole thing. I did an intro where I was like, "Oh, you know, I'm back and I'm playing this game because I was so excited to play more of this game." And it's funny that Nintendo posted an ad for this game randomly right after I streamed it. Resident President, that tells me it's really good. Yeah, I hear great things. Did you walk all the way here from the village? You must be exhausted.
それで探偵さんは
So what
ど
can I
んな
do for
ご
you,
用でこ
detective?
ちら
Oh, I'm gonna be salty about this. Oh, and like the whole thing where I was like, why are you, like, you had to walk in and then walk out and walk back in again? What is this? But like, oh, nobody's gonna hear it now. And there was a part where I was like, oh, she's in the trunk. I mean, it's okay now, but I was so sad. I was happy.
物資つけながら。
I hope this doesn't offend you, but I have to ask some tough questions.
18年
Can
前
we
に
talk about your
いなくなってし
grandson
まった
Makoto's disappearance 18 years ago?
どうし
Why are
て
you asking?
今
I'm investigating a case that may have some connection. Oh, and Makoto's disappearance is... I see.
話せる範囲で構い
Let's
ま
just
せん。
start with anything you remember about it.
一つ
Let me ask you
聞かせて
one
ほしい
thing.
んだけど
Of course.
あなたが
Does Junko
私を
know you're
訪ね
here? Well, he said I can't lie to the old lady, so clearly I should say, like, no. Right?
いえ、
No, I haven't told her.
そう
I
やっ
suspected
ぱ
not.
言ったら純
She
子
wouldn't
が
have
法
wanted you
を
to
言う
speak with me.
さすがに笑
Knows
って
her
いらっしゃる。
granddaughter well. Yeah, yeah. That's why honesty was the best policy here. I understand. Well, I'm not sure if I can help, but I'll tell you what I can.
その日は
It was July 1st,
18
18 years ago, Junko's 9th
大
birthday.
したことはしてや
We
れませ
wanted to
ん
make it
が
as special as we could, so my husband and I were out shopping for a gift.
私たち
Must have gotten carried away. We were gone far longer than we expected.
家に着いた
We didn't get home until after 7 p.m.
7時を
And
回
when we did return,
家の明かり
there
が
weren't
ついて
any
いな
lights
か
on
った
in
ん
the
です
house.
純子誠
Junko, Makoto, where are you two?
どうしたの何かあったの
What is it? What's wrong? Oh. We found Makoto sitting in the darkened tea room, staring vacantly. And all around, there were purple flower petals scattered all over the place. This is so weird. Purple flower petals? Yeah, you can't make tea out of it, so it's weird. I tried to find out what was going on, but Makoto wouldn't say a word. Then my husband said, "Hey, where's Junko? I can't find Junko anywhere. Makoto, where's Junko? Hey, Makoto!" Every time I hear Makoto, I really just think of Persona 5. When Makoto heard Junko's name, he rushed out of the house. They were in shock, but we waited patiently for the two of them to come back. They didn't return. At around 9 p.m., we called the police, and shortly after that, I heard the front door slide open. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of games were Persona 5 spin-offs. That is another game that I do want to stream eventually, because I played Persona 5 on stream, I played Strikers on stream, I should play Tactica on stream. I heard the front door slide open. I thought, thank goodness they're back, so I rushed to the front door to greet them. But instead, it was only... it was only Junko. Junko was the only one there. She had returned without Makoto, in tears. When I asked about Makoto, she just cried harder and wouldn't speak. Still need to play Tactica 2. Yeah, I mean, to my understanding, it wasn't bad, it's just yet another thing instead of Persona 6. The police eventually showed up and tried to speak to Junko, but she wouldn't say anything. Situations like this always weird me out, where it's like, she wouldn't say anything, and it's like, well, she speaks now, so why didn't we ask her about it a little bit later? Later that night, we searched far and wide for Makoto. Cry hard 2, cry harder, the crying. I had to finish metaphor before. Yeah. But I'm just saying that, like, that was the biggest knock against Tactica from what I heard. It's just like, it's not Persona 6. I couldn't find him anywhere. Got the day off from work because of Jimmy Carter's funeral. Yeah, it is sad. He was a really great man. Like, not only was he a good president, at least from what I understand, but like he spent like the rest of his life working for Habitat for Humanity and stuff. Like, that is pretty amazing. And we've never seen him since. Oh. The neighbor I spoke with said that Makoto and Junko were very close as brother and sister. So what could have happened that day to separate such tight-knit siblings? Told my businesses yesterday, and I was like, well, at least he did something right. Like, jeez, dude. Yeah. I know. It's so weird how, like, people will be like, Trump was almost assassinated, you shouldn't joke about, you know, people dying like that. And then Jimmy Carter dies and now everyone's joking about it. Like, yeah, that was really the issue. Okay, so she doesn't want to say. Nothing? Is she looking at my plastic bag? Oh, at the eggplants. That's right, we have eggplants. Cousin pointed out to me that he has no scar on his ear where he was shot. I don't like looking at him, so I've never... Yeah, no, it's been pointed out plenty of times. It's one of those things where, like... Yeah, I don't think he should have been shot at, but, like... It's so upsetting to see the double standard where it's like, how dare you joke about murdering somebody, and then somebody gets nearly murdered and they joke about it. Like, I mean, not that I expect consistency, but just I expect consistency from reasonable people.
この袋は何か気にな
I'm
る
not sure what she's seeing about the bag other than, you know, the 50 million eggplants we have.
この袋は何か気
It was Carter. No, Carter wasn't murdered. I'm not. It's the fact that they specifically were like, don't joke about somebody dying. Like, or even when Trump had COVID, and they were like, how dare you joke about Trump dying of COVID? Like, that's so not cool, man. And then it's like, if death was your issue, then why are you joking about death here? It's because you know, because that's not the issue. It's just the death of. Okay, yeah, if Kamala was shot, the right wing would have settled. Oh, yeah. The fact that Nancy Pelosi's husband was almost murdered totally was like a point of mockery for them. And it's like, he literally invaded their home and attacked. And, you know, I think the guy, like, if he was held to the same standards that Republicans would say, he should have been shot, right? Because every Republican's like, you should be able to shoot a home invader or whatever. And it's like, oh, so, you know, would you have celebrated if he was shot? No, because he was doing something you approved of. You know, my cousin was pointing it out because I thinks it was a hoax. I don't think it was a hoax. I know I've heard some people argue that, but I think more so it's just that, like, it really wasn't as close as Trump is trying to make it seem like. You know, like his life was really not as in danger as he wants it to look.
この袋は何おじいさんやおばあさんたちが
No, that's.
この袋は
Yeah, I mean. What is it asking? What is it asking?
紫色
Purple flowers, how ironic.
こういうところでゆったり過ごす
Actually
のがいい
nice
な
to spend some time in a peaceful place like this. I can't ask her anything, right? I can't ask her. I can't call and engage. Looking and examining does nothing.
携帯電話は充
Cell phone's dead, so I can't use that.
この
Every time I
袋は何
think,
か気になるのかな
it's just I'm not sure what she's seeing. What does that mean?
おじいさんよ
あなたが持ってきたそれって
Okay, whatever. What's that you brought with you?
これですか
Oh, this one of the villagers gave it to me.
そう
I see.
あの子たち
My
は
grandkids loved
Nice
eggplant,
guy.
especially
Nice guy.
Makoto.
そうらしいですね
That's what I heard.
ちょっと
Will you listen to another little
昔話。
story?
ぜひ
I'd love
聞かせ
to,
てください
please.
誠は
Makoto was just a quiet, honest, and kind-hearted boy.
のんびり屋
He
さんの
smiled all the
誠は
time, even if a
友
friend
達
was
から
teasing
から
him.
が怒ったりす
He
ることは
never
な
got
かった
angry.
とても優し
He was a
いお
sweet
兄
brother
ちゃ
to
んだ
Junko.
とても優しっかり者の
Junko
純
used to
子
be
は
annoyed that
何
Makoto
を言
never
われて
seemed
も
to get
怒らず
angry.
しょっ
She'd
ちゅ
get
う
angry on his
誠
behalf
の代わりに
sometimes.
怒って
She'd
お
say,
兄ちゃん
Who's
は
going to
私が
protect
い
you,
な
big
きゃダ
brother?
メな
It's
の
me. I've got to do it
私
since you
がお
won't
兄
protect
ちゃんを守
yourself.
ってね
I can almost hear it.
お兄ちゃんを守
She
る
always said she would protect her big brother.
そのナス
You
は
got those eggplants from Tayama, didn't you? Is there like a give?
吉井さんの話を聞こう
He was one of those big brothers who sort of let his younger sister call the shots, but deep down he knew she was his little sister. She was so adorable. And even as feisty as Junko was, I'm sure she looked up to him as a big brother, even when he seemed a bit soft. He was always protecting her. When it came to Junko, it's almost like Makoto was a different person. He was usually so timid, he was scared of the dark country roads at night. In fact, he didn't want to leave the house after dark, at least until the day he disappeared. Should start a company and call it SSD Super Shadow Dubs. That is funny. I do like that. I would like to be in a dub at some point. Granted, I don't know if I could be like a main character, but it would be cool to be like a... You know, I'd be like one of those voices in the crowd you hear where it's like, "Whoa, can you believe what just happened, man?" You know, like among the oohs and ahs. But one night, Junko suddenly came down with a high fever. Makoto ran to the hospital by himself in the middle of the night to alert a doctor. Can you imagine how the doctor reacted? He couldn't believe Makoto had done that. Makoto actually stayed up that whole night watching over Junko. Do a dub of this game and send it to... Oh my god. Well, you know, I was saying... Oh, yet another thing that I was saying earlier, but probably didn't get recorded now. I was saying, like, surely Nintendo, because, like, they uploaded the ad randomly yesterday, that, like, surely Nintendo's watching me, right? So if you're listening, Nintendo, A, continue this series because I'm loving it, and B, if you could release a physical version of the first two games here in America, that'd be amazing. Thank you. Junko was so sweet to Makoto, and he was a bit protective big brother. Junko and Makoto's parents died in a terrible accident. Oh, but Junko was still just a baby. She cried all the time, even after coming to the village. It must have been so hard. She couldn't have the love she needed from her parents. So what's the story behind these games? The first was a remake of some Famicom games, right? Is this a No, so, yeah, the Famicom in Japan had a disc, like a floppy drive disc attachment that was called the Famicom Disk System, and that let, like, slightly better games on. And one of them was like Detective Club, and though there were two of them and they were made by Nintendo, but they were kind of just so obscure they never did anything. But then they got remade randomly for the Switch, and also explain. Yeah. Honestly, it explains most things because I mean, basically every company experimented with add-ons to their consoles. Like, hell, even the Super Nintendo was going to have a CD add-on up until Nintendo backed out of the contract with Sony. So, like, you know, they've always been trying to do some sort of add-on. But, do I have a 60? I don't. I wish I did. But they're, like, crazy expensive, and so are the games for them. But yeah, so they in collaboration with another notable studio, they remade the first two games, which were Famicom Disk System games, and they put it out for Switch, and it was the first time they had ever been localized, and they didn't do that well, apparently. I don't know the exact numbers or anything, but they didn't even really sell that well, but they still went ahead with this game, which is a brand new entry, and it's using the remake system, but it is a brand new entry. They can't be that expensive? Yeah. Yeah, no, they really are. That's why I don't have one. Go to cry a lot, the poor thing. But yeah, part of why this game was so exciting for me was because it was like, they didn't even have to make this game. Why would anybody want this? Like, I want one because it's cool. Because I could play the better version of F-Zero X and, other stuff that I forget. Like, I think there was a version of Mario Paint for the DD. They're expensive when they're shipped from Japan. Really? I mean, yeah, I guess so. 6 Mario Paints. Yeah, there's something like that. Let's hear what Yoshi has to say. That's what I'm trying. Makoto would watch over his sister with a smile on his face, not saying a word. Sometimes Junko would tease him and ask if he was sad, but Makoto would say, "I could never be sad with you as a little sister." That's what he always said. Is the oh, that's even more expensive than I remembered. Loose with no, yeah. Some nights after Junko went to sleep, I noticed that Makoto would cry alone. He never showed that sort of emotion in front of us. He was usually all smiles. Poor boy had helped heal and nurture Junko. Those precious kids, they're both irreplaceable. That is sad. No. Did you watch the... I believe I did, yes. I've seen a lot of DYKG, so, like, some of it runs together in my mind, but, I'm pretty sure I did. So, young Detective Kuze and her brother Makoto had a very strong bond as children. Sounds like they were as happy as a brother and sister can be. So what could have happened between them on that day 18 years ago? That piece of the puzzle is still missing. See the Scott Stash vid about the games he's playing? I haven't yet, because it's like 2 plus 7. Yes. Oh, really? I haven't yet. The last one of Scott Stash videos I've watched was his DS video, where he like had a bunch of different DS models. It makes me so sad to see him talk about the original DS model. Oh, also, hi Sans, I'm so sorry. It just occurred to me that I didn't say hi, and I'm really I'm awful and sorry about it. Yo, Dream, yeah, the Dreamcast version is good. There must have been something to trigger their actions there. What could have happened to them? Purple flowers. Say, yes? Have you ever seen an eggplant flower? I don't know. No? I wonder if the scattered flower petals she mentioned could have been. Well, they have very pretty purple flowers. A shade of purple just like Junko's favorite. The GC game tournament the other day had SA2 in the bracket. It was part of why I thought you'd be interested in it. Yeah, I mean, I basically know how I feel about basically all the GameCube games, so I mean, I'm glad it was that, you know, high up. On the night that Makoto disappeared, to the end of part 2. Yeah. The Junko finally calmed down and spoke to me. She explained what happened and why there were eggplant flower petals everywhere. Back then, my husband and I were avid gardeners. We made wonderful meals from our vegetables. What's your what's this opinion? What do you mean? I was saying I have opinions on most of the GameCube library, so like I don't need to necessarily hear how people rank them, you know what I mean? Naturally, the kids took an interest, especially when they tasted how delicious everything was.
純子が
Junko started saying, I want to grow vegetables too.
いろんなお
I
野
asked her what
菜
kind
や
of
果
vegetables
物が
she
ある
was
け
most
ど
interested in growing, and she
お
said
兄ちゃん
eggplants,
が大
and
好
my
き
brother
な
loves
ナ
them
ス
so much.
お兄ちゃんのお
Let's
誕
grow
生
some
日
for
は
his birthday as a
そ
surprise.
れはもう
She was
可愛ら
just
し
so
くて
adorable.
ナスなら小さな純子
Anyway,
で
we
もで
thought,
きると
we
考
thought she
えた
could manage
私た
some
ちは
eggplants, so we staked out a small plot in the
こっ
backyard.
そり育て
Thinking
るこ
Makoto
とに
wouldn't
しまし
find
た
it because he hated the bugs back there, and it was going to be a secret.
純子と
The
誠
plan
の
was to
誕
harvest
生
in
石を
July, which is when
7
both
月に
kids had their
収穫がで
birthdays.
きるように
Yeah, so we stalked. I know, my brain just added that L. Just like I always add L's.
純子は熱心に
And
お
Junko
世話
looked
をし
after
て
them
ね
every day. She was almost egging on the eggplants to grow.
純子が愛情を注いだこともあってかナスは
Well,
順調
Junko
に
was a
育ち
terrific gardener. The
ある朝
eggplants grew
小
nicely
さ
with
な
lots of
花をい
blooming
くつも
flowers.
咲かせたの
What, so
純子は大喜びで
did Makoto like
いつ
find
取
them
れ
and
る
destroy them or
いつ
something?
取れるって
What's your
何度も
Nintendo
聞いてき
console
た
tier
わ
list? Why is the Wii U at the top of the list? Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, I figured. She was just overjoyed. She could ask me every day when we could finally harvest them. How do you reconcile your high opinion of the GameCube with it selling so poorly? No, actually, Sans, for one thing, hi, it's good to see you. For two, while I have a lot of nostalgia for the GameCube, I do think it was kind of a low point in Nintendo's, overall, you know, status, I guess you would say. The Virtual Boy. I wish I had a Virtual Boy. When I told her that it would be around the time of Makoto's birthday, she was overjoyed.
花が咲
She
い
was
た
so
その日
excited
が
she didn't realize that the
自分
flower
の
was
誕
going to
生日
bloom
だ
on
ってこ
her
とも
birthday.
忘れそんな純子が
Oh,
学校
did
から
he
帰って
pick the flowers?
その時のこ
So
と
she
で
came home
す
from school that day. I'm home.
純子おかえ
Hey,
り
Junko.
今日は
Guess
純
what?
子
I have
に
a
プレゼン
present
トがあ
for
る
you.
ぞ
present?
Present? What for?
じゃーん
It's your
Junko
birthday,
の
and I got
紫
some
色の花だ
flowers in your favorite shade of purple. Happy
誕生
birthday.
お兄ちゃん
Are those?
うん
I know
大
it's
した
not
もの
much,
は
but I
あげられ
thought
ないけど
really thought you'd like them.
兄ちゃんからのプレゼントだ
Not a
よ
lot of good games from what I've heard. People are just only interested in the stuff they weren't making. So I had the stupid mini discs. Well, so I've said this before about games where like the PS2 using DVDs at the time was a very smart move, but I think as time moves on, it's less and less important. Like obviously it allowed for bigger games to get on, but I mean like in terms of, you know, being a selling point. Because the PS2 was the weakest console of that generation. So, like, I think ultimately, while it made sense in the time, as time goes on, the PS2 versions are often the worst versions to play. I don't know, it was the cheapest... Oh, yeah, no, it was for a while, but nowadays, like, if you really need it, there are cheap DVD players, so, like, you don't need to rely on the PS2 as a DVD player anymore. PS2 was the best-selling console. It was the best-selling console, but it wasn't the most powerful console. Did you mean the GameCube? No, I was saying that the PS2 versions of games are often the least desirable because they're often the most technically compromised. Oh, no, I was saying most powerful. But my point is that, like, when you look at multi-platform games, people have nostalgia for the PS versions, but, like, when you look at it in comparison to Xbox or GameCube, like, usually those versions are better. And so, like, I didn't really think that at the time. I know I didn't. I mean, people mentioned it, but it was one of those situations where it's not like there was a huge crowd of YouTubers that would tell you, you know, every flaw. So, like, it's at the time, it didn't matter. I'm just saying, in retrospect, the Not yet, anyway. Well, but that's what I'm saying, is like, as time goes on, as you have people actually analyzing this stuff, I think it becomes less attractive the more you think about it.
裏庭で見つけたん
They
だ
were just in our backyard. Can you believe it? So beautiful and in full bloom. Yeah, oh, Makoto, you fucking idiot.
誠も
I know in his heart it was. I know his heart was in the right place, but oh, what he had done.
その
I
花
said it
は
was great for my hair. Well, yeah, in retrospect, like, the GameCube had a lot more going for it than in retrospect of the PS2 to me, because, like, if I had to go back to a multi-platform game from that generation, I would play it on GameCube or Xbox as opposed to the PlayStation version. You know, obviously, PlayStation had plenty of exclusives, but, like, I think a lot of its bigger selling points from back then don't apply now. Those are eggplant flowers.
お兄ちゃんの
You
バカ
idiot! I was growing those!
お兄ちゃん
I
の
planted
誕
them
生
for
日プレゼント
you!
にって
I've been tending to them for months and... What?
お兄ちゃんの
I hate you! I hate you! Oh, I wish you'd just go away! Yeah, okay. That makes sense. So you could play PS1 disc, but GameCube couldn't play on 650? Yeah. I mean... Yeah, but so could the PS3, so... what's your point?
これが私が純子から
That's how
聞いた
Junko
話
remembers
で
it.
18年
That's what happened 18 years ago. Must have been traumatizing. Junko to have lost her brother like that after such an intense fight. I'm sure she took it hard. She probably blamed herself. And poor Makoto to have upset his sister so much when he only ever wanted to make her happy. The whole incident sounds like it was a shock. What an irony that their love for each other is what ultimately tore them apart. It's so sad.
その後純子は
Junko was so depressed after the incident, she cried and cried, feeling like it was all her
なん
fault.
とか
Just like you were
元気づけられる
thinking.
方法
I
は
tried
な
to
い
think
か
of ways to cheer her up.
何の慰めにもならないか
I
も
don't
し
know if
れ
it
な
made
い
a
けど
difference, but at one point I
部屋
helped
に
her
散ら
press some
ば
of the
ったナ
flowers
ス
into
の純
bookmarks.
子
Told her that maybe we'd keep them as good luck charms.
これを
Maybe they would
お
help
守りに
bring
して
Makoto
みんな
back
で
one day.
言い聞かせて
I
ね
repeated that again and again, almost like a mantra.
それから私た
Since
ち
then, we've both carried ours
特に純
everywhere.
子は
Junko especially treasures hers. Shadow, where is your wide boy 64? My what? What is a wide boy 64? Like, is that like the FPGA version of handheld N64?
よしえさんもうすぐ夕食の時間ですよ
will be ready soon.
ほら
Oh, already? Well, time flies when you get chatting, doesn't it?
いろいろ話も聞けたし
Heard lots of stories. It's probably time for me to head out.
私から
Is
話
the
せるのは
cartridge
これくらい
that
ね
Intelligent Systems made to play
少し
Game
は
Boy games?
役に立ったかしら
What? I didn't know that it. What? Really? That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know such a thing existed. Was it Japan only? It probably was. I think I've told you just about everything. I hope it helps at least a little bit.
はい
Yes, I mean,
ここまで話してもら
really,
え
you
ると
shared much more than I expected.
あら
Is that so? Oh, I wonder if
純子
Juko will
に
be
怒ら
upset.
れちゃうかしらね
When I had a phone call. Sans telling me about a thing I didn't know. I saw Makoto showing the purple flowers. Well, it basically just that, they were the purple flowers that, what's her name? Junko was, you know, tending to every day, and so she got mad at him, and that's what happened right before Makoto went missing. it was only for intelligent systems to loan to publications. Oh, really? That's crazy.
大丈夫。純子には言わ
They're
ない
probably
わ。
crazy expensive then. Oh, don't be nervous. I won't tell her.
やっぱり分かっ
She gets it.
今日は
Thank
本
you.
当にありがとうございま
Thank you
した
so much for her taking the
そこま
time
で
to
お時
speak
間
with
い
me
ただい
today.
てしまって
I hope I haven't overstayed.
久しぶり
Don't
に
be
純
silly.
子
I
や
haven't
誠
spoken
の
to
話
anyone
が
about
できて
Junko or
楽し
Makoto
か
in a
っ
long
たわ
time. It was a pleasure.
こちら
I see. They had to create a way for Junko to be even more sad at his disappearance. Yeah, yeah. It was basically like they had a big fight, but like it was born of good intentions. Yeah, like 15k. Yeah,
ナ
that
スの
makes
花言葉
sense.
って知ってるかしら
Do you know what eggplant flowers represent?
花言葉
No, I'm afraid I don't.
つつまし
Well,
い
they represent
幸
happiness, truth, and hope.
真
つつましい
Happiness, truth, and hope.
素敵な花言葉です
That's
ね
lovely. Thank you for sharing.
純子が教えてく
Junko
れた
taught me
の
about
よ
that, believe it or
こ
not.
の押し花
She
の
clings
し
to
お
the
りを
hope
持っ
that
て
if we
いれ
hold
ば
on to the pressed flower,
いつ
but
かきっと
bookmarks, one day Makoto
誠
will
が
come
帰
back.
ってく純子も私もそう信じている
I guess we both cling to that hope, actually. Plants mean happiness, right?
ナ
I mean,
ス
for
を
some
持った
people.
探偵さんが
Now today, a detective with a bag of eggplants came to talk to me about Makoto. It feels like fate.
そう思って
Anyhow, I guess that's why I felt like I ought to tell you the whole story.
なぜかし
I
ら
can't explain it, but I have a gut feeling that you'll be the one to finally reunite Junko and Makoto by killing Junko.
また何かあればいつでもい
Well,
ら
if
し
you
て
need
ちょう
any
だ
more
いね
information, please feel free to come back anytime.
はい
Thank you, I
それで
will.
は
I'll
失礼
get
しま
going
す
now. Okay, so all we learned from this day was just that, like, Makoto and Junko had a falling out over eggplants.
あってあれ
Wait, what? Thanks for all your hard work today. Let's get after it again tomorrow. Has Ayumi gone home already? But I wanted to see her. I love her.
まとめをしなきゃ
Well, it's late, but I should probably wrap up today's investigation.
久世刑事
Detective Kuze and her brother lost their parents at a young age and were raised by
幼い頃
grandparents.
に両親を亡く吉江さん夫婦や
Her grandmother
親の人
Yoshi
が愛され
helped me
見守られて
helped make sure they were
育った
raised in a loving environment in the village.
とても仲が良く
Sounds like they formed a
お
close
互
and
いを支
supportive
え合う
family.
ところが
But something terrible happened on Junko's 9th birthday.
純子が泣き
Junko
なが
ran
ら
out of the
家を
house in
飛び出した
tears because Makoto picked the eggplant flowers that Junko was growing.
ナスの花を
Yes, she was upset because she had been carefully growing the
誠が摘ん
eggplants
だ
for
ナス
him.
の花は
Yeah.
純子が
He realized that he had ruined the surprise gift of eggplants that Junko had been
更
growing.
新してしまった
Makoto was stunned and didn't notice that
純子
Junko
が
had
外に
run
飛び出し
off.
た夜も更けた頃
Eventually, he realized she was
純子が
gone,
家にい
so
な
he
いこ
left
とを
his
知った
home
が
in search of his
戻っ
sister.
てこなか
He
った
never
泣きながら
returned.
一人で家に帰
Junko
ってき
returned
た
still in tears. She
誠がいな
said
くなったのは
she thought it was
自分
her
のせいだ
fault
と
Makoto was
教え
gone.
しかし
But I'm still missing details about what happened while they were away and why she returned alone.
もしかすると
Got to reveal a bit more of the
だとす
puzzle.
れば
And I
久世
think
刑事本人
I'll
から
have
きっ
to
と
suck it up and speak with Detective Kuze herself.
僕にそれを聞
Of
く勇
course,
気があ
even
るかない
if
か
I have the courage,
そんなこ
I
と
doubt she'd be willing to give me the whole story. Oh, right. After the fact, Junko was obviously upset, and Yoshi tried to cheer
吉井
her
さん
up.
はあるものを
Yoshi
作っ
said they
たと言って
crafted
いた
something together, right? What was it they made? Bookmarks. But why am I... Oh, okay. I get it.
ナスの花を
Yes, bookmarks with pressed eggplant flowers.
久世刑事と吉井さん
Sounds
は
like both Detective Kuze and Yoshi each still carry one of the
肌に
bookmarks around
ナ
with
スの花言葉は
Yoshi told me that eggplant flowers represent happiness, truth,
真
and
実
hope.
その気持ちと符合す
Keeping
る
that symbolism in mind, I wonder if Junko was inspired to become a detective because she believed her brother was still out there.
そして
Eventually, Junko grew up and moved away. A few years later, after Yoshi's husband passed, Yoshi moved to a retirement home called Relax Yukuriko Village. Now the Kuze family home is vacant, but the house will be demolished soon. Yes, that's right. And Detective Kuze stopped by recently for a final check of sorts. Must have been about 3 days ago, or 1 day before Aisuke Sasaki's body was found. Didn't Detective Kuze tell the neighbor that she had to get going because she'd be working early the next morning? But I mean, she's such a good detective that she knew there'd be a murder. No, that's definitely not what that means. No, that'd be crazy. I think I did pretty well today, if I say so myself. I feel like patting myself on the back. Now I need to decide on a plan for tomorrow. I'm too tired right now. Let's talk with Ayumi first thing in the morning and decide. I'm always thinking of minimalist symbols that could work for certain media. Something that has no meaning to those. Nothing about the media mean everything to those that do. For this game, I don't. Well, you know what? Actually, kind of. The key art for this game is that flower there. So, like, technically, kind of. Oh shoot, I almost forgot to charge my phone. Thank you for remembering it. Got to be sure to do it. The smiling eggplant man. I don't want that as a thing. That doesn't sound enjoyable. Emio plant. Good morning. Sorry I'm late. Oh, Ayumi's not even here. Is she out investigating? Oh. Yes, hello. You tried eggplant. If not, I don't think I want to. I think I have, and I'm not a fan. At least not in, like, just plain eggplant form. Like, if you mix it in with other stuff, I'm sure it's good. Hey, Shadow. Late night for you yesterday? It was, yeah. But I learned quite a bit. Oh, really? I'd love to hear all about it. That's great, because I can't wait to tell you about it. Where are you? What are you dressed in? Oh, sorry, I'm actually supposed to meet with Mr. Fukuyama this afternoon. Oh, no. Mr. Fukuyama, oh right. He said that he'd talk to some more kids at the school, so I'm hoping he's come up with something promising. Maybe lead? I'm getting my hopes up. Yeah, I hear you. What are you going to investigate today? I think I'll go to the library archives and look up how they covered those murders 18 years ago. Sounds good. Stay safe. Bye. Thanks, Ayumi. You stay safe too, and say hello to Mr. Fukuyama for me. Oh, she hung up. Ooh, are we getting jealous? Phone eggplant ensues. I mean, that's... We were nothing. Yeah. Nothing, and I'm about to go meet Mr. Fukuyama. What? How dare? I'd like to head in and start investigating as soon as possible, but I probably ought to have a plan. The murders were 18 years ago, and so I'm sure I'll have to do some digging. It does make sense to dive in with that. It's a library, man. You don't have to have a plan immediately. That's right, I should check with Mr. Utsugi to see if he has any advice. Sure is nice to have this cell phone. I don't know why my brain immediately went to like those early 3D movies where it's like, whoa, and then like it sure is nice to have this cell phone, you know. Oh, Shadow. Oh, Shadow. How can I help you?
これから
So, I'm about to go into the library and see what I can find out about the cases from 18 years ago. But I thought I'd check with you first to see if you had any advice for researching or anything to avoid. The early 3D, like modern ones, didn't do the same thing. Okay, yes, but like... the early ones were at least a little more exaggerated. You know? Like, paddle ball, you know? Like modern 3D still did that, but, you know. So how does he determine what cold case to do? I mean, it's still kind of the same case. Let's see. Look for serial girl murder, since that's what it was called. And pay close attention to the first case. You'll want to learn how the incident was reported, and how the news covered the story that year. Then, once you've gone over the material, you'll want to review your notes to see what jumps out. If something seems off, I'd recommend focusing in on that key point and investigating further. Same case, how does that work? A beef picture! Let's see. I'm pretty sure I showed that one, so the next one... Yeah, look at this beef. Look at him cover his little face. Look at this. Look at this. It's so cute, and his tum is like split down the center, which is so funny. Look at this cute. And look at his pink nose. He's got such a pink nose. I love him. I love him. I just love it. I love that he's like covering his face with his paw. That's always so cute. Thank you. But it's the same case. These serial girl murderers... the serial girl... The case that we're investigating was when Makoto disappeared, and we were already piecing together that, like... You know, Makoto might have had something to do with that. Love the loaf. I do. He's such a loaf. But I love him. I think you'll find a lot of connections between the events of 18 years ago by the time you're done. I strongly believe that Makoto's disappearance is related to the murder. Yeah. So, like, Makoto's disappearance, the Smiling Man, the serial murders, the current murder, they're all tied together somehow. We're just not sure exactly how. I wouldn't be surprised if the information you uncover helps us get to the bottom of the Sasaki case as well. That makes sense. Thank you, sir. I also have a strong suspicion that the urban legends of Emio, the Smiling Man, will play into it all. At least that's my current assumption as I investigate. In any case, I must apologize for leaving the office frequently unattended. It's no problem at all, sir. Ayumi and I can take care of things. Thank you. I'm fortunate to have such excellent assistants. I'm counting on you both. So is this less a Mystery of the Week game and more of a genuine sequel to the last? It's a genuine sequel in the sense that, like, it does come after the two games chronologically, but it's still kind of just an unrelated mystery from the previous two games. Like, time-wise, we're after, but mystery-wise, it's just unrelated. Hey, Ethan! It's good to see you! Hi, how are you? Welcome. But no, yeah, each game had its own mystery, and, like, those two kind of, like, tied together in a weird way, but now there's, like, a third game that's just unrelated. You know what I mean? Or, not unrelated, it's clearly taking place after the first two. Is this not a game where he solves cold cases? I mean, it kind of is. The whole thing starts off with there is a murder that just happened, and you investigate it, and it turns out there was a cold case from a long time ago. It's not that, like... It's not that he just goes like, what case hasn't been solved in a long time? You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, sorry, Ethan, I'm doing okay. I'm enjoying playing this game. It's hard to describe, but I get really invested in it. And it's got a very unique atmosphere for me. Just something about the way it's styled and the music and the logic to it all. It's just very compelling for me. Talking with Mr. Utsugi is always inspirational. I've got a lot to live up to.
よし。
Alright, let's go inside.
過去の事件について調べるなら、やっぱり新聞の
Let's see.
縮
I'm
刷
guessing
は
newspaper archives will be the best source of information on older cases. Sorry, I think my chair's bumping into stuff.
まず18年
I have a
前の
year's
新聞
worth
の
of
縮
papers
刷
from
本を
18 years ago to get
一度
started.
は見たけど重かった
They're heavy.
などという泣き言は置いといて
It also allows you to practice your voice acting skills. I don't have voice acting skills, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'll stop whining for now and let's check them out.
先生には相談済みだ
Let's review the documents.
18年前の
These are newspaper clippings from January and February of 18 years ago.
連続少女殺人事件
Let's see, one of the first serial murder
事件の記事
dated
は
on this article about the case is I found it.
夏に
It's
最
like
初
the
の
first
事件
murder
が
was committed in February of that year.
17歳の
A 17-year-old named Ayaka Hashizume
福祉の浜
found
で
on the beach at Kufoku City, strangled.
その少女の自宅
Her house had burned down just the day before, and her father's body was found in the wreckage.
焼け跡当初は
Initial reports suggested that the father may have killed her and then himself. Interesting. Okay, sorry, her body was found a day after, but okay, that's weird.
他に
Later reports pointed to the possibility that a third party may have killed both father and child.
警察は調査さらに
Also,
その後
the article mentions a missing person who was reported to be close to the girl. But there's nothing at all in these articles about police finding a paper bag on the head of the
一
victim.
切報道されて
What caused the fire, and why wasn't Ayaka's father able to escape?
火事が起きたそして
And what about that
被害者
missing
の少
person?
女と親しかった人物を
Is that missing person
不
Makoto?
可解な点がいくつかあ
There are
る
a lot of missing pieces in this first case, for sure. Body was found holding a match. Yeah, I mean, basically.
18年前の2月に起きた1件目の事件の続報
There were occasional follow-up articles after the February crime, but not much coverage
めぼし
overall.
い新情報が特に
Any new information that can help me.
18年前の2件目の事件が
It's
起き
like
た
the second murder took place in May, and about 3 months after the
ま
first.
ずは2件目の
For
事件
now,
の
let's dive into the details about the second case. Here we go.
被害者は高木
Victim
幸子
was a 15-year-old girl named Sachiko Takagi. Okay.
1件目と同じ
Because the second victim was also a young girl who was strangled in Kufoku City.
警察は早い段階から
Kofuku City.
1件目の事件と同
The
一
police announced early that both crimes may have been committed by the same person.
遺体の頭に紙袋が
Still,
かぶせら
they
れていた
never did mention the detail about the paper bag.
近所の人の
According to the neighbor of the second
被
victim,
害者の少
the
女
young
は
girl in question came from a troubled home and was often seen crying alone at night.
連続殺人の可
The
能性が
possibility of a serial killer seems to have sparked more newspaper coverage at the time.
そして3件目の事件は
And
6
then the
月
third incident happened in June. Well, okay, so if they announce that it's the same person, then clearly the first murder, it wasn't the father. Oh, did they mention that? They might have mentioned that.
18年前の連続少女
Seems
殺
like
人
the
事件に
serial
関する
girl
報道が
murders
かなり
garnered a
拡大
lot of coverage. There were articles every day.
ただ
Still, despite all the ink spilled, I'm not seeing many details that might actually help solve the case.
18年前の9月と 連続少女殺人
Not
事
many
件
articles
の
reporting on the
記録
serial
され
girl
た
murderers.
この時には続報がなかったせいだろうか
There's nothing new to report by that time.
18年前の11月と
November and December. Not seeing much coverage of the serial girl murders at this point. Just a few short mentions, typically in blurbs off to the side. If there was no new information, there wouldn't have been much for the media to report on. Detective Mori? It was not the father. Yeah. Oh my god, Mori. I haven't thought about Mori in a long time. Third incident happened in June. Yeah, didn't I look in June? Oh, okay. Third incident occurred in June. Here's the article about it. Third victim was Mika Inoue, a 17-year-old girl. Another teen girl just like the first two. She reportedly had a falling out with friends that day and left her school in tears. However, it seems she didn't go straight home. Instead, she must have been attacked. Third victim was from Kofuku City and was strangled in the same way as the first two victims. My mom watched it quite a lot when I was a kid, so I remember it quite well. Yeah, I mean, at least one of my sisters, watched it quite frequently, so, I saw a fair amount of it myself, but, I mean, it's so trashy for me, it was, like, hardly... Once you understood the formula, it was just, like, the same thing every time. Let's see what they say about the paperback. Still no mention of it. Okay, I've gone through a year's worth of newspaper clippings. While I'm thinking about it, I wonder if there's an article on Makoto's disappearance. I believe Makoto disappeared in... July, right? Because that was their birthday. July. Let's take another look at clippings from July and August. Anything on Makoto? Here we go, just a snippet of an article. 14-year-old boy reported missing from Yukuriko village. Everyone in the village searched through the night, but the boy remains missing. Although the timing was curious, no one suggested a connection to the serial girl murders. That said, both Mr. Utsugi and Inspector Kamada seemed to suspect there was a connection. We've got to get to the bottom of this. Here's what I've learned so far. The police announced that the serial girl murders were most likely committed by a single killer. Although it was never mentioned, each of the victims was found with a paper bag on their head. With that information, it seems obvious... Wait. That information, it seems obvious. Anyway, after the second murder, the first case came right back into the spotlight. While the media interest in the serial girl murders remained high for a while, it tapered off around August, probably because there were no new leads or information. So no new victims, thankfully, if you don't count Makoto's disappearance. Why is that? It's a great question. I read a lot about the murders from 18 years ago, but now I'll focus on some key parts. I think the first case is critical to the investigation. Mr. Utsugi thinks so too, as he told me to focus on it. The first case really did catch my attention. It's the most curious of the three. Should investigate it a bit more thoroughly. The victim in the first case was Ayaka Hashizume, a 17-year-old girl. Was found the morning of February 16th in the secluded beach area of Kofuku City. A local fisherman found the body. He had an airtight alibi and was immediately ruled out as a suspect. Forensics reported the cause of death as strangulation with bare hands. Were there no fingerprints then? The time of the death was the night before. Turns out that Ayaka had quit her job at a local factory the same day she died. However, her supervisor at the factory reported that she left on good terms and had already given notice. All that said, I have a few major concerns with the facts of the case. They relate to the two key people involved who had connections to Ayaka. One of the key figures was Manabu Hashizume, Ayaka's father. He and Ayaka lived together in Kofuku City.
彩香が遺体で発見された前夜、
However, their house was destroyed in a fire the night before Ayaka was found dead,
焼け跡から
and a body was recovered in the ruins. It was believed to be Ayaka's father.
父親が娘の
Some
彩香に
speculated that the
手を
father
かけ
could have killed Ayaka before returning home and killing
て
himself.
状況的に
However,
不自然な
that theory
ことが見られるよ。
didn't necessarily hold up to scrutiny, and what's more, the second and third murders, a few months later, further complicate the
彩
situation.
香の事件と同時期に
Because even if Ayaka's father was guilty, he died in the fire, he couldn't have killed the others.
何より
Last but not least, the information about the paper bag was never made public,
同一犯人
which strongly implies that all the victims were killed by the same
そう
person.
なれば
Could it have been the other key person?
もう一人の重
The
要
other key
参考人
person,
の
in
名前
this case, never had a name,
どうやら
had their name
報道されて
reported
いな
by
か
the
った
media.
ようだ。この人物は
The person in question was a young man who was often seen with Ayaka before her death.
彩香が亡くなった日
He
から行
hadn't
方がわからな
been
い。
seen since she died.
自身の部屋に
And
おび
when
き出し
his apartment was searched, the police found a disturbing amount of blood. Oh yeah, this is the guy. Okay.
何らかの形で
Obviously, the police strongly suspected him and went to great lengths to track him down, but he was never
鎌
found.
田警部
This
が
must
話
have
してくれた
been
の
the same
は
person that Inspector Kamada was talking about. Yep. Okay.
一人は亡くなって
One is dead, and the other is missing.
しかし
It's entirely possible that Ayaka's murder and the home fire were
そ
unrelated,
して同じ
especially
ような年頃
considering
の少
that
女を狙った
all the
連
victims
続殺人事
were
件という
girls
特
of about the
徴
same
がある
age, were young girls of about the same
異
age.
常者による
House
殺
fire
事件の
falls
可能性
outside
も
that
ある
category, and the persistence of the paper bag points to a serial killer.
その意味警察もそう
I
考え
wonder if
た
the
んじゃない
police had the same idea. I can't find any articles speculating along those lines. However,
よし
or
ここまでに分かった情報
I can't find any articles speculating along those lines, however.
を整理してみよう
Okay, information I've gathered so far. First murder was 18 years ago. The first victim was a girl named Ayaka. Yeah.
18年前に起きた最初の事件
Mhm.
当時最初の事
At
件
the
に
time of the
関連があ
first
ると見ら
case,
れた人
there
物
were
は
two persons of interest. The first one was her father, Manabu.
まず一人目は
Ayaka's father. The second one was uh Oh god. No, not. No. No. What am I... what am I supposed to do? He didn't have a name, I thought. Was it Tayama? No. Oh, okay, it's this one, the missing man.
二人目は
I didn't know he was
行方
given
不明
that
の
name.
男だ
The second one was a man who was presumed missing.
事件の当初
At the beginning, some speculated that Ayaka's father was the killer in a murder-suicide situation. Day before Ayaka's body was found, her father died in a fire. Yes, that's right. The father was presumably killed by the fire that burned down his house.
一方
Meanwhile, regarding the missing man,
事件に巻き込まれ
was
た
he another victim, or
ある
could
い
he
はそ
have
の
been the
ど
killer?
ちらの可能性も考えられ
It
る
seems as though police considered both possibilities. He disappeared the same day Ayaka was killed. There was a disturbing amount of blood found in his home. Yes. His home was drenched in a massive amount of blood.
鎌田警部によれば
Inspector Kamada said it would have taken devastating injuries to produce that much blood, so it's possible that he simply died.
よし
But did they, like, test the blood? To see if it was, like, all the same blood? I think I made good progress today.
過去の記事を調べた限りで
It's
は
about
分かったのは
That's
これ
about
ぐらい
all
か
I
な
can determine from my research so
先
far.
生にコツを教
Glad
わ
I
っ
talked to Mr. Utsugi first. His advice helped me find the right path.
しかし
But
結局連続少女殺人事件は
ultimately, the serial murders remain unsolved. The police never found any conclusive
も
evidence.
しかすると
Is there still a suspect out there that was never identified in previous investigations? This is really
そう
going
いえば
in very
2件目
interesting
と3件目の
directions.
犠牲者の少女たちには
At least as far as I can tell. Because, like, it seems like the first murder plays into things somehow. And it's like, it's still twisting and turning in a way I can't tell where it's going. Now that I think more about the second and third victims, there was a common factor I hadn't considered. They were both seen crying before they were killed.
泣いている
A
少
girl crying. Just like the smiling man.
エミオは
In the urban legend about the smiling man, he always appears in a paper bag in front of a crying girl.
最初の
I
犠牲
wonder
者
if the
で
first victim, Ayaka Hashizume, was also crying before she was killed.
父親による無理心中
There
に
was
疑われていた
cause to
となれ
suspect
ば
her father killed her.
彼女の家庭には
Maybe there
何
was
か
some
問題
deep
があっ
trouble
た
at
という
home.
ことなのか
Hmm.
こんな時
Oh,
間
it's getting
か
late. I haven't
お腹空いちゃったな。
eaten. I should take care of myself.
何か
That's accurate to me. Anna! Morning! Ah! You precious bean! Thank you! Thank you for the sub! I really, really, really
早速連
appreciate
絡
it.
していただいてあり
Thank
がとう
you!
ございます。
You precious bean, how are you? I love you! Thanks again for reaching out so quickly. We're out again so quickly.
水臭いことを
Of
言うなよ
course.
立花
Tachibana, we're not strangers, right? I'm always here.
ありがとうございます。
Well, I really appreciate it. It's great to have a senpai
私
like you.
嬉しいです。
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
いい先輩で俺
but
もよかった
but really, like, you don't have to. I'm happy you're here at all. I'm good, just a little tired. Aw. Well, I'm happy you're here. Welcome, relax as you enjoy this murder mystery being played out. What's more relaxing than hearing about violent murder? No money. No, as in, like, you have no money to give. Yes, that's what you mean. Oh, I do what I can. I'd sure like to think of myself as a good senpai.
それに俺だって
As you know, I'm deeply troubled by Aisuke's murder. That's why I'm so eager to help you.
立花の先輩として
That allows me to guide you, just like back then.
一人
So
の
be
人間
it.
として
I'm just one man trying to help.
先輩、
Well, thank you for your
ご協力に感謝
cooperation,
します
Fukuyama. Be lurking. Yeah, you go clean house, have fun. You're heckin' wonderful. I'll talk to you later.
あの、
I want to be respectful of your time, so let's get right to it. Do
何
you
か
have
分
some
かった
new
ことが
info?
こうして
I'm guessing that you
無理
do
をして
since you're
まで
taking
時間
time
を
out
割
of
い
your
ていただけ
busy
たってこ
schedule.
あ
Ah,
もちろんだ
yes.
立花
Well, I know you're busy too, so I'll make it quick.
いいか立花
So the thing you've got to remember is
中学生という
these
のは
are junior high kids. It's a sensitive time. They're still growing, which means they're not as
そ
strong
ん
as
な彼ら
adults.
は間違い今回の事件で
This whole incident is a shock to their system in ways we can't
大
even
きなショ
fathom.
ックわかるな立花
You know what I'm saying, right, Tachibana? Yeah, I think so.
一見して彼ら
It's
は
like
普通なよう
the
だ
kids seem normal at first glance, but in their
深
hearts,
く傷つき
I know they're carrying a
叫び
deep
声を上げ
hurt.
ているこ
It's
とだ
almost like I can hear their souls
俺にはそ
screaming
れが
out. It's awesome, isn't it? Oh. That's weird.
生徒たちの様子は
feels like
様々
it feels like the students are all over the place. Some act out in my classes, and others have been laughing at me as if they don't take me seriously. I mean, who wouldn't take me seriously?
かわいそうに
Sorry, I'm just gotta make sure that my throat doesn't get too scratched up from doing all these voices. But I'm sure it's just the stress of this whole thing that's affecting them. Poor kids. In the great words of Michael Jordan, I believe, the fuck them kids. you know that meme image.
そんな生徒たちが愛しくてたまらないんだよ。
I just feel terrible for them all. My heart breaks every time I think about it. I see. Well, you're beating around the bush, so get to the fucking point.
立花、
So, Tachibana, that's why I can't ask any of them about the case just yet. It's too soon. Wait, you don't have any new information from the students after all? Why the fuck did you waste my time? That's right. Sheesh, no wonder you're a detective, Tachibana. What a waste of space you are. So what am I here to talk about?
立花、
Tachibana, your milk tea is getting cold. Please go ahead and enjoy it. We can just relax for a moment. Huh. Oh no. Is he about to poison her? Alright, I'll have some.
どうだ立花、
What do you think, Tachibana? It's good, right? Isn't this milk tea the best? Oh yes, it's actually delicious.
ここのティラ
I
ミスもおす
taste
すめ
the
だぞ。
sleeping
立花、
pills.
お得なセ
You
ットメ
like
ニュー
the
がある
milk
し、
tea.
頼
You'll
んでみる
love
か
the tiramisu. What do you think? Do you want to order a taste?
そうなんですね。
No, screw you. Maybe not today.
そうか。
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
finish.
Next time. What the fuck did you bring me here for?
よく聞いてくれ。
Listen, Tachibana. Eh?
教育現場と
Junior high school is like a
ある種の
battlefield.
戦場だ。
And as a teacher, I'm some sort of majestic
教師と
knowledge
いう名の
warrior.
戦士。
Uh-huh.
疲れ、傷ついた俺に。
I turn to this milk tea in times of stress and fatigue, and it gives me
ここ
peace
の
of
ミルク
mind.
ティー、給料日にはティラミス
Or
を
if it's payday, I go all out and order a
俺にとって
tiramisu.
オアシスの
This
ような
place
場所
is my
なんだ。
oasis.
この店。
素敵ですね。そういうお店があ
It
るのっ
must be
て。
nice. Sure is. Glad I wasted your time.
生徒たちから
I
話を
wasn't
聞く
able
こ
to
とは
talk
叶
to
わな
any
か
of
っ
the
た。その
students.
代わり
But I
と
did
言ってはな
hear
ん
some
だ
more about ice skate
先生
from the
方
other
からは
from the other
佐々木のことを聞
teachers,
きたい。
rather.
そうなんですか。
Oh,
どんな
what did you
話なんで
hear?
しょうか。
わかった。
Whoa, I'll get to
お互い
it.
忙
We're both
しい
busy
だから。
people, so we should try to
時間を
relax a
大
little
切に
while
し
we
よう。
can. We're both busy people, so we should try and waste more time.
うまい。
It's so good. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy at all.
佐々木英介という
Okay,
生徒
here's what I've learned about Ice Skate.
友達が多くて、そこ
He
を
had a
もう
lot
問題
of
なし
good friends. He got good grades, and he had a great reputation among the teachers. He was never in trouble. Really a model student.
私が生徒
Yeah,
たちから聞い
that's the
た
same
そ
thing
の
that
ま
all
ま
the
です
students
ね
have。told me. Thanks for wasting my fucking time with that.
誰かと揉めていたとか
Never heard anyone.
誰かから恨ま
I
れていた
never
とい
heard
う
about
話
him
は
having
全
conflict
く
with
聞こ
anyone.
えてこない。
No one held a grudge against him.
それは
Not that us
学校だって
teachers know
生徒のプライベ
everything
ート
about
の
our
全て
students'
までは
personal lives,
佐々木
but
に限って言えば
I think
それは
most teachers
考え
would
にくい
agree that Ice was
というの
well
は
liked.
ほとんどの先生ただ
Suppose I did hear one story that caught my attention. Tell me the fucking
佐々木
story.
の担任の教師から聞いた
Ice Skate's homeroom teacher mentioned something that piqued my curiosity.
佐々木の担任
Spill it already!
佐々木のクラスの
You only don't like him because he's
担任
stealing
の
your
先生が
girl.
おっしゃってた
Well, you know what? I think that's a valid reason to not like someone. Here's what Ice-Skate's homeroom teacher said. I can't speak because I'm busy thinking about
成績が
stealing
芳しくなかったよう
waifus.
だ
Apparently Ice-Skate's grades hadn't been as good as usual lately.
成績
Oh, I thought his grades were impeccable.
幸福市の私立
Well,
高
he
校を
was
志望してい
applying
た
to
の
a selective private high
厳し
school.
い状態
You
だ
need
ったよ
top marks, and he wasn't there.
今のままなら
Aisuke's homeroom teacher said that he should consider other schools if his grades don't improve, but Aisuke didn't seem concerned at all.
そうなんですか？
Really? A good student who suddenly doesn't care about getting into a good school? That's interesting.
中学生の考えている
Well, yeah,
ことを理
junior
解
high
するの
kids
は
can be a bit
本当に
unpredictable,
難し
can't
い
they?
だが俺たち教
That's
師は
one of the
そこから
challenges
逃
we
げちゃダメ
face
だ
as teachers, of course.
大変なんでしょうね。
Must be tough to do
中
what you
学
do.
の先生って
What a fucking loser you are. Nothing,
だ
nothing.
が教師こそが
Oh, it is,
俺の
it
天
is.
職だと思
But
っている
teaching is my calling.
教師それは時に
Teachers
聖
are
職
not
者とも
unlike priests, one might say. I would really hope they are unlike priests, actually. Personally,
あ
yeah.
れは俺が中学
They
3
should
年
not
生
be
の
like
頃だった
priests.
その時の恩師
Yes.
が俺
When
に
I was in my 3rd year of middle school, one teacher said,
また何か別の話が始まりそう。
excuse me, sorry. Is he changing the subject? What a
あ
tool.
の先輩、
Excuse me, but do you have any other info about Aisuke other than his grades?
そうだな
Let me think about it. No, that about
事
covers
件に
it.
結びつ
I
け
don't
る
have any
話
other
は聞かなかった
information that's relevant to the case. Sorry, Tajibana. When teacher said yawn.
いいえ先
Am
輩
I got right?
ありがとうござ
Like,
いま
that's
した
what I'm saying. It's okay. Thank you. I'll be going now. Bye.
成績のことは
Doesn't sound like
事
student
件とは
grades have
結び
anything
つ
to
か
do
な
with
さ
the
そう
case.
成績が下がって
Can't
誰かが
imagine his
恨まれ
lower grades would have caused anyone to want to kill him.
自殺
Unless
という
he
なら
killed
話は
himself.
別だが
That's not what the police are
そういう
saying
ことだ。
happened, right?
はい
That's
状
right.
況
I
から
can't
見て
share many details, but I can
他殺であると
confirm
しか
we
言い
are
ようがないですね。
investigating a murder.
いや
Well,
自殺
whatever
だろうが
happened,
他殺だ
poor
ろうが
Aisuke is
佐
gone
々木は
forever.
これが現実なん
That's
だ
the hand we've been dealt. There's nothing we can do but accept it and move forward.
先輩
Fukuyama.
なあ立場
So, Tachibana. Yes?
調査の方はどうな
How's the investigation going overall? Fucking sucks, thanks to you.
俺は佐々木の事件
As
に
you know,
大いに
Aisuke's
心を
murder
痛
has
めて
shaken me to my core.
何か進展があ
I'm
ったら
desperate to hear if you've made
差し
any
支えのない
progress.
範囲
Please, can you share
話
any
を聞かせて
details?
ほしいんだよそれは無理な
It's code for stop talking about the kid I killed. I mean, yeah, kind of. It is actually starting to get a little suspicious. It's not too much to ask, is it, Tachibana?
実は
I'm afraid I don't
調
have
査
good
は
news.
ほとんど
We
進
haven't
んでい
made
ませ
much
ん
progress. The thing
佐
about
々木英
Aisuke,
介先輩もおっしゃる
he's
通
just a
り
normal kid.
悪
Like
い
you said
評判
before,
は
he
全
didn't
く
have
あり
any
ませ
obvious
ん
problems or drama.
ただ
Muy sus, indeed. And yet,
事件当日
it's just that on the same day he was
亡く
killed, he
し
was
た佐々木
supposedly
君の様
acting
子が
strangely.
明ら
Oh, is that right?
何があったのかは
Yeah, of course his family's still in shock. They have no idea what might have been going on. Fukuyama?
ああすまない
Oh,
ちょっ
sorry.
と
I
考え
was just
事を
lost
し
in
てしまっ
thought.
ていたんだ
Definitely not ogling you.
話してくれてありがとう
Thank you for sharing, Tachibana.
俺にできること
I'll
なら
do
何でも
whatever
す
I
るよ
can to help. Let's keep talking, shall we? No, I'd really rather not.
何が聞きたい
What
の
are
か
you
な
thinking about, Tachibana?
福山先輩って不器用だ
Fukuyama
けど
is a bit awkward, but I do think his feelings for his students are genuine.
先輩
He
のでき
definitely
る
wouldn't
範
have
囲で
killed
頑張
someone.
ってくれたみたいだし
Seems like he's doing the best he can, and he's
佐々
shared
木
everything he
君の
knows
情報
about
はこれ
Aisuke.
くらいかなそういえば
Genuinely creepy. Yeah, he's
Fukuyama-san
really
was
giving a
less
creepy
mistaken.
vibe, but not, granted, still not as creepy as
Mm.
Detective Kuze's partner. He was a real creep. She's very gullible. Yeah, she kind of seems a little gullible. Assuming that this is meant to be gullible and not, like, actually earnest. Still, there was another student who was good friends with Aisuke in Fukuyama's class.
森本めぐみさん
I'm
って
thinking of Megumi Morimoto. I wonder if she's back at school. She was absent following the murder.
先輩
Fukuyama, about Megumi Morimoto?
What
What do you want to know about Megumi? I don't know anything, Tachibana. That is a very weird response. Okay,
そうで
but
すか事件以来
I'm just
休ん
wondering
で
if
る
she's
ってこ
okay.
とだったので
You know, because she's been absent since the murder. You know,
彼
like,
女は 森本めぐみは
Well, like you said, Megami's been absent, so I wouldn't know.
そうなんで
I
すか。
see. That's worrisome, isn't it?
それは
あ
Oh, yes, I'm very worried.
佐
Is
々
that
木の
all we have
話
to
はもう
say
いいのか
about Ice Skate?
だってもうないって
You said earlier there's
さっき
nothing
おっ
more
し
to
ゃったじゃない
share.
ですか。
Fuckface. Huh.
森本は
Did you know that Megami is my class representative? I can't remember if I told you that. I
は
know.
い、お聞きしまし
Yes, I
た。
heard.
学級委員が休ん
It
だま
must
ま
be
だと
challenging for you
何
to
かと
not
困
have
る
her
でしょう
there,
ね。
since she's the class representative and all.
あ
Yes, it's been extremely stressful. Extremely
そんなに
stressful.
困るの。
Ah.
佐々木のことが
The
告げら
day
れた
that they
朝礼があ
announced
った
Ice
日
Skate's death to
投稿していなかっ
students,
た
Megami was not
今日にな
there.
っても
She hasn't
全
been
く
back
佐
since.
々木と仲が良かった
She
っ
was
てこと
close
だ
with
から
Ice Skate, so it must have been a terrible shock. I'm worried about her.
心配
Ooh, does Megami know more than we thought?
森本のこと
I'm really worried about her.
めぐみさん。
Megami's
事
continued
件発
absence is
覚のと
worrying.
ん
Oh well, nothing to be done. Yeah, they told us yesterday's morning's assembly. I was shocked. They announced that he died at the morning assembly yesterday. I couldn't believe my ears.
あれ
That morning assembly on the day Isuke's body was found seems key.
佐々木くん
Of
の事
course,
件を
that's
知
what
ったって
they.
言って
That's when they
た
told the
け
students
ど
what happened. But Megami wasn't there, so how would she have known?
福山先輩の
But
話だと
Fukuyama is saying that Megami wasn't at school that day.
佐々木先輩の
Did
勘
he
違
really
い
mean
か
that,
し
or
ら。
did he misspeak?
先輩
Fukuyama? Yes, what's up, Tachibana?
先輩は
You said that Megami has been absent since before morning assembly, right?
告げられたちょ
あ
Yes, that's right. Well, that's why I haven't seen her for days, Tachibana.
でも
But students
生
learned
徒た
about
ちは
Isuke's death on the
佐
same
々木くん
day
が発
he
見
was
された
found, right?
当日
Oh,
じゃあ森本さんは
so her absence didn't have anything to do with Isuke, at least that day's absence, right?
何か別の理由
There
があ
was
った
some other reason she was gone? Like maybe she was out
お
murdering
なる
people?
ほどそうかも
Oh,
しれないな
oh, yes, I see. You really are a sharp detective
Tantei da.
now, Tachibana.
でも
But I'm not sure why you're being so weird. Hmm?
どうし
I wonder why. Hmm?
森本さんが
I'm
その
worried
朝
about how
礼の日から
Megami's
休んでい
continued
たこと
absence and
先輩
how
の
strangely
様子が気になる
Fukuyama's acting.
そわそわしてい
He
るよう
looks so
に見えるのよ
anxious
ね
and surprised and like a tool.
先輩
Why does he tighten up when we talk about
落ち着
Megami?
かなくなるの
He
ね
did this the other day too. What are you looking at? Hmm? Oh,
福山先輩
Fukuyama. Yes, ma'am.
私
I have a strange feeling that something is
何か変だと
off.
思ってたんです。
Anytime I bring up
い
Megami,
つもそ
you
わそ
seem
わ
to
して
tighten up and get
落ち
anxious.
着き
Am
が
I
なく
wrong?
なり
そう見
Is
える
that
の
what
か
it seems like? No, that's not it at all. I don't feel that way about her. I mean, why would I? Actually, that's kind of creepy. I shouldn't make that joke.
先輩もしかして森本さん
Fukuyama, about Megami. What?
森本めぐみさんは
Did she somehow know about Isuke's
佐々
death
木くんの
before
こと
the
知っ
morning
てたんじゃない
assembly?
ですそれってつ
If
ま
so,
り
it would mean... She did it! No, I
めぐみさんの知り
why
合い
would
は
I? I'm not a priest.
佐々木くん
Yeah, yeah. Was Isuke killed by someone Megami
なん
knew?
て考えるのは
It's a pretty big leap
今
to
の
assume
段
at
階じ
this
ゃ飛
point.
躍しすぎよ
Well,
ね
it's an even bigger leap to assume that she was the one who did it.
どんな可能性で
Shouldn't
も
rule out
排
any
除すべきでは
possibility.
ない
Mr. Utsugi is always warning us to
先
consider
生のじゃ
everything.
あ
What's most likely the reason she knew about Aisuke's death? Could it have something to do with Mr. Fukuyama? Fukuyama! Oh, whoops. Yes? You must have told Megami about Aisuke before the rest of the class, since she's the class representative. But unfortunately, telling her first isolated her from the others, leaving her alone to face the cruel reality. And she must have taken it very hard. That's probably why she hasn't come back to school since. And you're probably feeling guilty about it. Am I right about any of this? No. I would never do something so selfish. I mean, you've only known me for like 3 minutes. First of all, we teachers didn't know about Aisuke's death until the moment before the assembly. It would have been impossible to let her know in advance. Oh, I see. I'm sorry for speculating like that. It's alright, Tachibana. That's what being a detective is all about, isn't it? Asking questions and speculating. Just like I was meant to be a teacher, you were meant to be a detective, Tachibana, yeah? Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. So then, why do you think Megami would have been absent the day of that morning assembly? Are you playing as... Yeah, I'm currently playing as Tachibana. Like, this is just a different scenario while Shadow was at the library. Oh, she was out sick. Her family had called that morning letting me know. I see. That's really what it was, Tachibana, promise. I wonder if her family was telling the truth. Since you're Megami's homeroom teacher, have you checked up on her since she's been out? No, I'm afraid I haven't. It's difficult for me to visit her at her house. Huh. I just hope Megami comes back to school soon. She's in my thoughts. Thoughts and prayers, as they say. Oh, it's gotten so late. Time flies when you're having a good conversation. Right, Tachibana? We're having fun talking about murder. Anyway, I hate to leave now, but I'm afraid my students are waiting for me. Sure, you can chat all day long, but I'll have to get going. My apologies. It's not like I was just saying you were a busy person too or anything. I understand. Let's get going. I'll pick up the check since Fukuyama took the time to meet with me. Take. Check. Thank you, Fukuyama. This one's on me. Oh, come on, Tachibana. You'll make me look bad. Well, after all, you were once my underclassman, and I am my senpai. Creeper. That's right, and that's that. Listen, I'm really grateful for your help with the investigation and for taking the time, but... Not another word, Tachibana. What am I again? My senpai. Then I guess I'll let it go. Okay. The classic fighting over the bill. Well, thanks for meeting me at my milk tea oasis, Tachibana. He's standing way too close as usual. Of course, but I should thank you, Fukuyama. Not just for the tea, but for valuable information. I'm sure it'll help our investigation. It's great to hear, Tachibana. Call me anytime. I'm always happy to help. Yeah? I may take you up on that, Fukuyama. No, don't. Hey, Tachibana. Yes? When can an old senpai see his underclassman again? Tachibana. Again? Never. Does that mean you'll continue digging up info at the school for me? Yes, of course. I'll look into anything you like. Great, thank you. I mean, I know your job is stressful. I don't want to add more. What you've told me is already enough. Tachibana. Yes, I'm very busy. I know I have the unique privilege of being close to the kids at Minami Daisen Junior High.
生徒たちからも
And as time goes by, my feelings are less raw. I'm sure I'll have conversations about what happened.
そこに
I could certainly imagine one of them providing information that helps unravel the mystery.
森本めぐみさ
You
んが
mean,
休んでい
like
る
the real reason Megami hasn't been coming to school? Oh, yeah, that's
そ
it.
れ立花
Gotta
俺
understand,
は佐々木
Tachibana.
のために
I want to do anything I can for Isuke, except for tell the truth. If it helps you out as well, that's even better.
ありがとうございます
Thank you,
福山先輩
Fukuyama.
いつでも俺に頼ってく
You
れ
can always count on me. I'll be in touch, okay?
はい よろしくお願いし
Yes, that
ま
would
す
be great.
気をつけて帰る
Have
の
a safe trip home, Tachibana.
ものすごい勢いで
He
走って
rushed
っ
off
ちゃっ
full of
た
excitement.
福山先輩
Good old Fukuyama, he really hasn't changed. Always makes me laugh.
でも
And is still
め
kind
ぐ
of
みさん
creepy.
のことを聞いた時の先輩
So,
の様子
I can't get over the way he looked when I brought up Megami. I'll have to get to the bottom of it. I definitely thought we were gonna walk it. You know what I thought what would happen? I thought Shadow was gonna walk in and he was gonna see Ayumi, like at the coffee shop with him, and he was gonna get all jealous.
あゆみちゃんおかえ
I
り
thought that was gonna
何
be
か飲む
how it worked, but welcome back, Ayumi. Can I get you something to drink?
実は帰りに
On the way here, I stopped and picked up a few cans of milk tea.
また
Oh,
ミルクティー
more milk tea.
Huh?
This is a new brand. You like milk tea, don't
ミル
you?
クティー
Yeah,
大
it's
丈
just I'm
Arigato.
fine for now, but thanks. So she's Ayumi Tachibana, yes.
夫ねそれより昨日の調
Anyway,
査
tell
の
me
話
about how
聞かせ
things
て
went yesterday.
あそうだね
Sure, sure. Let me see.
僕は約束
Told
通り
Ayumi everything I learned about the Kuzai siblings and their history.
久世さんのご
And
兄
their
弟
history.
にそんな過去があったなんて
More than milk tea. Milk tea isn't my only personality trait, Chef. Yeah, yeah. Well, then how about you add being my wife to your list of traits? Well, I didn't realize they had a history like that.
それで
What else did you learn? Did you get any more
18
details on the
年前の
case from
事件について
18 years ago?
図書館で
Yes, I looked up tons of articles about the serial girl murders at the library.
やっぱり
I was able to confirm that the victims being found with paper bags on their heads was never reported.
ただ
However, after a lot of
最初の
digging,
事件に不可
I've
解な
identified a
点
few
が
aspects of the first case that have me
重要
puzzled.
参考人と
For
して
instance, there were
二
two
人の人
persons
物
of
が
interest that
上
were
がっていた
mentioned.
いずれも死亡
One of them is dead and the other is
行方
missing.
不明
Oh,
一人目は被害者の
or you
橋
make
爪彩香の
me
父
some of
親
your
で
own milk tea.
彩香の
Yeah,
遺体
yeah.
発見
I'll
前
give you
日
some
に
of
起き
my
た火
milk
事で
tea.
焼死
One was the victim's father, who died in a house fire the day before his daughter's body was found.
二人目の彩香
Second
と親しかったという
was a
若い
young man
男
who
は
was friends with the victim.
アパートの部屋に
He disappeared,
おびただ
leaving
しい
only
血痕を
blood
残
stains.
して
Well,
失
it's not that he just had them in
踪
his
二人は
apartment.
彩香殺害
We
の事
don't
件に
know
巻き
to
込
what
まれ
extent either of them was
どちら
involved.
かが
We can't rule out the
彩香を
possibility
殺害
that
し
one
た
of them
という
killed
可能性
Ayaka.
失踪した男が犯人なの
Could
か
the
どうか
missing man have been the
同
killer?
じような
Or
年
could
頃
it
の
have been
少女
someone
になっ
else who
た
happened to
異
target
常者
girls
に
of
よ
similar
る無差
age?
別事件
その線も確
Either
かにあ
scenario
りそうだ
seemed
ね
plausible.
でもいずれにせよ
Well, one way or another,
橋爪彩香をは
we
じめと
still
す
have
る3人の
3
被害者
victims,
が
including Ayaka
同様の紙袋を
Hashizume,
かぶって亡
who were
くなって
found
いた以
with
上
bags on their heads.
同一犯による犯行
Gotta
と
be
見
the
て
work of the same
間違
killer.
いないんだろう
And also technically the one that were
当時の警察が
that
全
prompted
力で
this whole
捜査しても解決できなかっ
Remember
た
that
事
this
件
was
な
a
んだ
high
から
profile case that the police failed to solve despite all their efforts.
そう簡単に
So it
謎
won't
が
be
解け
easy
るとは
getting to
思
the
えない
bottom
わ
of it.
ね
But maybe the key is
佐々木くんの事
the
件と
connection between
18年前の
that
事件
case, Aisuke Sasaki, and the
Emio
legend of
に繋がる
Emio,
の
the
かどうか。
smiling man.
そういえば18年前の事件の被害者の
Speaking
女
of
の
that,
子
I did find a common link between the older murders and the urban
2件
legend.
目と3
In
件目の少
both
女
the
は
second and third
いずれも
murders, the victims
泣
were
いている
seen
姿が
crying
目
shortly
撃されて
before
いた
they
よ
were
うだっ
killed.
た
Just like in the
Emio,
smiling man legend.
やっぱり
Maybe there
何か
really is a
関係があるの
connection.
かしら地道に粘り強く
Now
調
let's
査して
stay
いきま
focused
しょ
and
う
keep after it, okay? She said the thing. She said the title.
久世誠さんの失踪も何らかの形で関係している
Wow,
のかもし
it
れないし
really is Emio, the Smiling Man Famicom Detective Club. Absolutely. I do wonder if the disappearance of Makoto Kuze is also related.
僕たちの役割は
Guess it's our job to
それら
find out.
私は福山
Well, I
先
had a
輩から
good long
話を
chat
聞い
with
てきたのよ
Fukuyama.
うん
Ah, and how did
どう
it
だった
and how did it go?
成績優秀な
Well,
佐々
among
木君
other
の成
things,
績
you mentioned
が
that Aisuke's grades had slipped lately.
成績か
Is that so?
死亡して
Yeah,
いる
and it even sounds like he might have had a hard time getting into the private school he wanted. But he also said that Aisuke himself didn't seem particularly troubled by it. Also, Fukuyama was squirrely about talking to other students. He's only spoken with the teachers so far. And I think that's about it. Oh wait, there's one other thing about Aisuke's friend. We're talking about Megami. Apparently she's been absent from school for a while now. In fact, she hasn't been to school since the day that Aisuke died. But it's strange because the teachers and students learned about his death that morning.
当日は
So you're saying she was already absent that day, but for other reasons? That's right. I thought maybe someone could have told her about this situation in advance, but it doesn't seem particularly likely. Maybe she was actually just sick.
確かに
Yeah, maybe. I am curious. Yeah.
それじゃあ
Let's review what we've learned today.
そうだね
Good idea. Let's do it.
最近の佐々木くんには
It seems as though Aisuke had been having a few problems lately involving getting into private school.
志望校を
His
諦
grades
め
had
な
slipped
きゃ
to
な
the
らない
point that he was at risk of not getting into a top school.
そうね
But he was supposedly unbothered by
みたい
about
だけ
that.
ど
I don't
なん
know.
せよ
In any case, I'm not sure how it relates to him being murdered.
そして
Megami and Aisuke were close
佐々木くん
friends,
の遺体
but
が
she
発
stopped
見さ
coming
れ
to
た
school
当
the
日か
day
ら
that his body was found.
彼女が登
Why
校
did
し
she
なか
stop
った理由
stop
は
coming to school that very day? She must have known in advance that Aisuke was killed.
違うわよ
I'm not sure that's right. What do you mean?
彼女は学校の先生や
She
生
has
徒
been
が
absent
初め
since
て
that day
佐々
the
木くんの
teacher.
事件のことを
But
佐々木くんが亡く
also
な
it's
ったことを
unlikely
事
she could have
前
known
に
about
知
it in
らされ
advance.
た可能
Well,
性は
didn't we
かな
just
り
as
低そうなのよ
that whole thing was like we established that like, oh, maybe she knew the murderers or whatever.
そうだったね
Yeah, you're right.
今日分かったこと
That's
は
all the
ま
info
だ
I
まだ
gathered
分から
today.
ないことだら
There's
けだ
still
け
a lot of
ど
unknowns, but I'm sure we can work together to solve the case. The teacher killed him
そうだね
because his grades were making him look bad. Yeah, right. Hmm?
ねえどうし
Hey,
た
what's up?
うん
何か考え
Looks
事を
like
して
she's
るみたい
deep in thought. You're in deep thought.
うん
あゆみちゃんどうしたんだ
What's wrong with Ayumi? Is it that she's not being kissed? I can fix
あ
that!
ゆみちゃんどうした
It's in deep. Yeah, yeah.
あゆみちゃん
Ayumi? Hmm? Oh, sorry. What is it?
なんだか考え込
Seemed
んで
like
た
you
よ
were
うだけ
spacing
ど
out there for a second.
気に
Something
な
on
る
your
こと
mind?
でもあるの
Yeah, thought. Yeah. No, Ayumi is good. We like her. We stan, apparently. Yeah,
森本さんに
there's
ついてもう
something
一つ
about Megami Morimoto that I've been wondering about. Oh, what is it?
実は前
Been
々
bugging
か
me
ら
for a
な
while
んだ
now,
けど
but
先輩に森本
whenever
さ
her
んの
name
話を
comes
聞こう
up
とすると
and I'm
すっ
talking
ご
to
くそわそわ
when
し
I'm
たり
talking to
落
Fukuyama,
ち着か
he
なくなっ
tightens
たり
up
す
and
る
gets
の
anxious. Whoa, I wonder if he's hiding something.
わかんない
I can't tell.
これまでも
I
何度
asked
か
him
彼女のことは聞いてみ
directly a
た
number
け
of
ど
times, but this
い
answer,
まいち手応
but
え
his
がな
answers
く
feel a bit
て
evasive.
彼女と
Like
直接
we could talk
話
to
ができれば
Megami
ね
in person.
うんと
Yeah.
ころで
I mean, it's not
明
like
日
she
の予定
lives
は決まっ
anywhere.
てるの
By the way, do you have plans for tomorrow? Let's go on
僕
a
は
date.
もう一度図書館に行って
I think I'm going back to the
今度は
library.
都市伝
This
説
time I
に
want
つ
to
いて
do
調
some
べてみ
research
る
on urban legend. No! I can't tell. I mean, no, I'm a great detective. Yeah, I'm the
分かっ
best.
たわ
Okay, sounds good. As for me, I guess I might just need to wait for more information about Aisuke and Megumi from Mr. Fukuyama.
もう少し考
I'll
えて
think
み
about it some more.
よろしくね。
Good idea, thanks. That's actually not a very good idea. You should probably be a little more proactive. The paper bag. Are we gonna find out that the paper bag actually was old?
よし。図書館で都市伝説につい
So
て
then I'm gonna go visit Fukuyama. Mama Jamma. Okay, let's head to the library and see what we can learn about urban
先生も
legends.
調べているか
I know Mr. Utsugi is looking into this angle, but I'm hoping to learn more about this find.
現代の幽
Saw a
霊
book
伝説
titled Modern Ghost Legends at the library, but maybe there's one about urban legends. Hamajama. Okay.
探偵くん
Hey, boy detective! Oh, not.
神原刑事どうしたん
Detective
ですか
Kamihara, what are you doing here? Huh? I don't want to talk to Kamihara. Detective Kuze has requested your presence. Really? Me?
申し訳ないけど
I'm afraid I'm gonna need you to come with me. Okay, I understand. That joke is probably in bad taste. What, the one you made? Did I make a bad taste joke? I'm not following. Wow, didn't that feel like we were in a TV show? I played the hard-boiled detective part perfectly. Disinclined to acquiesce to your request. I'm very lost. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't even know what you're referencing or joking about.
そうですかね
I guess. Anyway,
刑事クビになったら
I
役者にな
I
るの
think
も
I could
あ
be
り
an
かな
actor if this whole detective thing doesn't work out. Right? I'm a handsome devil. Line was from Pirates of
自
the
分で言
Caribbean.
うな
Oh,
よっ
really?
てなあはは
I haven't seen many of. I saw the first 2, I believe, and that's about it. So I didn't. I'm not very familiar. Maybe I shouldn't say that about myself, but I just did. Aren't I a scam?
自分で言うべきではない
Maybe you should have been more concerned about the whole detective thing working.
どうしたの探偵君
Hey, what's up with you anyway, boy detective? You tired or something?
いえ
This is Japanese.
Kamihara
Probably
Keiji wa
in poor taste because
itsumo
making fun of
genki de ii
language I
nante.
don't speak. Oh, I don't think it didn't come across that way to me. But I don't know. Oh no, nothing like that. I was just thinking about how energetic you always are.
でしょ
Right? That's
あり
me.
がとう
Come on, let's get it. Let's go.
さあ先輩が手ぐすねを引いて待ってるよ
Do cars in Japan have the driving wheel on the right? I thought that was only a British thing, or like a couple select countries. I think God finally pulled through for me today. Oh, really? Do tell. Why do you think so? And if so, can you give me some tips on how to do that? Minecraft and my luck was insane. I mean, hey, I still want to know. No, most of the world does that because it's right. But it's not.
その久世刑事は
What does Detective Kuze want with me anyway? Well, almost got a snow day. There are snow days in Minecraft?
先輩の要件ね
Once you drive on the right side of the road, you see how much better it is. Yeah, I mean, driving on the right side of the road is the right thing, but I'm saying, like, the driving wheel is on the right side of the car, and that's weird. Oh, yeah, I guess so. No, I mean in real life, my school was closed. Oh! Well, hey, I live in Southern California, so I've never known what a snow day is like. It just likes being different, even if it means being wrong. Fair enough. Running errands for Kuze. To be honest, she didn't even tell me what this is about. Oh, really? I need to vary up my voices between him and Fukuyama. Insane luck is what it's... I mean, I guess so. It's just I don't know what this snow is that you're talking about. I've only heard about it in myths. What was she all in a huff about anyway? Day off because of Jim Carter's funeral? Yeah. Nothing worth mentioning. So, just to warn you, Kuze did not seem like she was in a particularly great mood. Isn't that the best? When you have like a long car ride because you need to go see someone who you know is going to be in a bad mood? That's the best, right? Oh, does that sound familiar? Ireland is always rainy. It was never cold enough to snow, so it's once in every millennium. I mean, hey, it hardly even just rains here in Southern California at all, so that's something. Even once in a millennia is more than what we get here. Detective Kuze couldn't have known I went to see her grandmother. Got a weird look on your face. What did you do? I love that, if I'm honest. I mean, it sounds nice on the surface, but when you hear about the fires that are going on here, you'd be like, no, please rain all the time. Oh, sure, now you put on the poker face. He really did something and she found out. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes, boy detective. I'm just shaking. I'm shaking just thinking about it. Can it really be that bad? Car appears to be heading to the police station. You're looking a little pale, boy detective. Well, I'm not even gonna ask, but I bet you're nervous to have the mighty Detective Kuze call you in like this. Yeah. I know that feeling you have right now. She can be just the tiniest bit harsh. Is harsh the right word? Maybe I mean strict. Good luck. I hope you survive. Ugh. Kidding, sheesh. You must know somehow. Picture this. Copy. Go pick up Shadow the Hedgehog. You know what happens if you don't, right? What am I supposed to say to that, other than, okay, I'm on? Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, so my impression was good? That's not what I meant. Anyway, good luck. Hey, I could wish you the same. I set you up for that and you nailed it, boy detective. Nailed it, right? My impression. Anyway, my flawless impression aside. Finally. I have to say that Detective Kuze is at least as hard on herself as she is on everyone else. And it's also part of why she's such a good detective. Take it from me, she's 10 times harder on me than she is on anyone else, except for herself. Detective Kamihara. I guess you know Detective Kuze pretty well since you're partners. Sure, I know her well, but I know exactly what she's going to get mad at me about before it happens. Probably because I'm completely useless, so it's like her job to give me a hard time. Completely useless? Your words. There's this There's this one thing she was really pissed about. And I mean, that was life or death, so... Life or death? What happened? Huh? Oh, it's nothing. I was just mumbling to myself. I mean, it's not... Don't even worry about it. Nothing to worry about, boy detective. Just talking to myself. The line between detective and criminal is thinner than you might expect. Yup. My partner, so I get why she's worried about me being a bad shot. She's in the line of fire. Do you remember hearing something about some kind of mistake he made? What was it? Oh yeah, Inspector Kamada told me that Detective Kamihara is a terrible shot. I can see why Detective Kuze is so hard on him. Gotta be tough to have a partner who can't shoot. What's that? Are you laughing at something? Oh no, it's nothing. Sometimes I just think funny things. Okay, weirdo boy detective. Can you stop calling me that? Oh wait, whoops. Wrong thing. So, Detective Kuze ordered you to pick me up today. But she's always tough on herself and everyone else. Yeah, that's right. As soon as I set foot in the station, she ordered me to come get you. This morning, just talking to myself. Oh, it's nothing, just talking to myself. Yeah. I didn't even get to eat breakfast. I was really hoping for coffee and a pastry. I mean, it's not like we're in a car and I could just stop somewhere real quick, but... Oh. Why did I tell you that? So embarrassing. Come on, it's not that funny, boy detective. There goes my stomach growling again. Perfect time. Thanks, stomach. Still no breakfast in my future. Oh, there goes the stomach again. Really shouldn't be grumbling that much. Don't you dare laugh again, boy detective. Sorry, I think my stomach is done making noises for now. Can't believe she'd make me do this when I'm starving and I haven't had breakfast. What if Kuze could hear you say that? Do you think she wiretapped the car? Don't tell her, please, boy detective. He is hilarious. Is he, though? I'm so hungry, stupid Kuze. It's going on and on. But I'll let him. He seems to enjoy talking about Detective Kuze. Listen, I know I've complained about Kuze a bit, but she's got a gentle side somewhere. That's so, under that extremely harsh exterior? Yeah. I'm not surprised that most people think Detective Kuze as severe. He's actually having fun with this. You got plans somewhere else, boy detective? I was headed to the library for research and then you fucked it up. Nuh-uh, sorry. I'd love to let you out of here, but I don't think Kuze would like it based on the look on her face. The library is pretty far. How are you planning on getting there? I was just going to walk, but... Walk? Really? Boy detective just loves walking, is that it? Why didn't you call a cab? Surely your boss would pay for it, right? I mean, cabs are expensive. Just calling one up costs money, let alone going anywhere. Imagine having a cell phone and being too stingy to pay the bill. I thought the office would cover it, but whatever. Just forget the phone bill. Just call cabs. So if you're a boy detective, does that mean he's a useless partner? Yeah, exactly.
お前は携帯
Last
電
time I
話
wanted
の
to
打ち
call
切り
cab,
で
my cell phone
タク
battery
シ
was
ー
dead.
を諦めてたら
Of
タ
course,
ク
the
シー
cab came anyway.
タクシー
I did that cab.
国道沿いの
The
バ
bus
ス停
called
に
and said I had
少
fare
年が
waiting out
待
at
ってる
this
から
bus stop.
そ
Oh
うだ
right, I almost forgot.
うわ
Huh? What is it?
どうした
What did you almost forget?
上原刑事
I have to thank you, Detective Kamihara, for calling that cab for me the other day. Calling a cab for you? Huh? Was it not him?
前に
Yeah, remember when I ran into you by the bus stop near the crime scene?
ああ
Oh,
あの
that.
時か
Yeah, I bet you were surprised.
はい
Yes, that's
あの
it.
時は
Anyway,
本
thank
当
you
に助かり
for
ました
it was really helpful, so thank you.
じゃ
Well,
もう
here's
一つ
another
驚
surprise.
く
I didn't call the
種明かし
cab. Detective Kuze
実
did.
はあのタクシー
Really? The same Detective Kuze?
そう
Yeah.
Ora
See,
ne.
I told you she has a
Yasashii
soft
tokoro
spot. How about that? You were right, Dice.
何
What's that?
神様の言う
Dice is
通り
your
だって
hero? Just kidding.
それは言ってない
Definitely not what I said.
後でクセ刑事
Anyway, I'll need to remember to thank Detective Kuze later. How long is it gonna be? Like, Kuze makes me do this kind of thing instead of just calling a cab.
先輩は厳しいけど
Detective Kuze
優
is
しい
tough,
と
but
こ
she
ろ
can
も
be
ある
kind. She's actually kind of a dork.
まっすぐ
She's
すぎて
literally
器用なとこ
clumsy.
ろ本当に
Literally my
いろんな
life.
面があるけどさ
Really, she's just a complicated person like anyone else.
僕
Despite my complaints, I'm happy to have her as a partner.
僕先輩
Lucky to have a partner like Detective Kuze.
先輩と組めて
I'm actually blessed to be working with Kuze. Really, from the bottom of my heart.
はそういう
Oh, by the way, how do you like your riddles, boy? How do you like riddles, boy detective?
はい
I like them a lot, actually.
じゃあここで
Great, then get ready for the senpai quiz.
先輩は探偵
Detective
君のため
Kuze,
に
my
タクシーを
senpai,
手配
arranged
し
for
ましたが
arranged a cab for the boy detective.
一
But
体いつ
when did she make the arrangements?
バス停前の探偵君と
After I left the bus stop? Or A, after I left the bus stop? Or B, while we were still talking at the bus stop?
シンキング
Clock's
タイム
running, tick tock, tick tock. I'm gonna say while we were still talking.
バス停前で上
While
原
we were still talking.
ピンポンピンポン
Ding ding
大
ding!
正
Well
解
done!
いやー
How observant of you, boy detective. I actually missed it because my back was turned. Yeah, I do remember she was on the phone.
あの時クセ刑事
Yeah.
はどこかに電話
I
を
do
している
remember
のだ
now that she seemed to be making a call from the car.
以上先輩
That's all for now. Senpai quiz complete. Can we just get there already?
ごめん先輩
Sorry, I only had one question for the senpai quiz. I'll have a new one ready for next time.
ごめん
しかし
The more I hear about the two of them, the more it sounds like Kuze and Kamihara are polar opposites.
二人の期
I
待
wonder what they talk about when they're alone. Excuse me, what do you talk about when you're alone?
そういえば
What kind of stuff do you and Kuze talk about when you're like on a stakeout?
おお
You really want to know? What? Yeah, of course.
なんとか聞いてみ
Do I? I was just making
じ
conversation.
ゃあ
Yeah, prove it. How badly do you want to know? Well, now that you're acting like this, I really want to know. Kinda. Alright, alright. I suppose I have no choice but to spill my guts to the boy detective. So what we actually talk about is... None of your freaking business! Oh, got him! Oh! Pew, pew, pew! Oh! What? Wow, now I'm actually dying to hear what they talk about.
探偵君
They don't talk,
人の
we...
秘密を知りたいときは
I don't
相手を
I don't-
気持ちよくさせるんだね
Come on, boy detective. Surely you know you've got to butter someone up to extract their secrets.
何度聞いても
Sorry, ask all you want, but I'm keeping my secret.
何度聞い実は
Actually, it's... Hmm?
なんて
Got you
言うと思
again.
った
You really thought I was gonna say it's still secret. Oh! Pew, pew, pew. Got him.
なんだか変な展開になっ
odd detective work, but
相手を気持ちよ
I need to butter him up?
し
This is the job I signed up for, so here goes nothing. Sorry, ask all you want. Do I have to like look at him and call him pretty? Now that I look close, Detective Kamihara does have a handsome face. Is it rude to say that I've just been staring at him? What's up? I feel like you're staring at me pretty hard, boy detective. Oh, sorry, it's nothing. Are you sure? You don't want to join my fan club? Join them in calling out my name? Yeah. Oh, calling out name. Kamihara. Yeah, if it isn't the most handsome detective on the force. Nice Kamihara. What? Oh, I thought that'd get a better reaction than that. Oh, you're messing with me, aren't you, boy? Hey, I'll take it. I am handsome. Haha, is it really that easy? Since you're so nice, I suppose I'll bestow my infinite wisdom upon you. We usually just stick to talking about ongoing cases and investigations. But hey, we do chit-chat every now and then. I'm trying to imagine a casual conversation with Detective Kuze. Yeah, right. I'm wondering what Kuze and I talk about when we shoot the breeze. I don't know, it's usually don't be late again and you drink too much and don't bring your gun, Kami. That sort of stuff.
それは雑談じゃなくてただの
Would we call that chatting or scolding? Was there anything else? Most handsome detective on the force, huh? But is it true? Am I really that handsome? He's loving this. I guess Detective Kuze's small talk isn't really that small. It's pretty serious, usually. You can always leave it to me, Dice, to lighten the mood of any conversation. Oh, how would you do that? Oh, it's easy. I'll be like, this place has great coffee, or this is the candy I loved as a kid, and so on. I have a hard time believing that these topics work to lighten up Detective Kuze.
やれやれ
You know, he's starting to remind me of Haikichi.
おじさんをまさか神原
Tell me he's Detective Kamihara's grandfather or something. Well, it was kind of fun, so whatever.
クゼ刑事は
So, Detective Kuze likes that kind of small talk? Oh, sure, and she loves snacks. Not just talking about them, but eating them.
じゃあそれ
She's even been like, well, if it's so good, why don't you go buy me some right now?
そんなこと言われたら
So, of course, I gotta do it, right? Wouldn't you? Maybe.
パシリのような気も
She's
する
got
け
him
ど
wrapped around her finger, but I bet he welcomes a break from her intensity. Detective Kuze asked I'd jump up and go seek out her favorite candy right now. What's her favorite candy? Oh man, talking about food just made me hungry, all hungry again. Oh, this is so cool. So the other day, I bought some candy and there was a prize inside. From Cadbury, wait, no, what's the... Kinder Surprise? Is that the one with the little toy inside? Detective Kuze was there. So, you know I'm not making it up. And I was like, can I get another? Wow, he's like a child. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I was happy to get a prize as a child, and I'm happy to get one now. So I'm pretty sure Kuze was obsessed with the same sweets when she was a little girl. It's nice to hear that she's got a more human side to her, as opposed to the lizard
あるんだな
that she was now.
小さい話
I wonder what kinds of things they discussed from when they were little.
神原刑事
Maybe he even heard something about Makoto.
誠さんについて神原刑事
Detective Kamihara, do you know anything about Kuze's brother? He's been missing for 18 years. What? Oh god. Oh. Oh, detective. The question seems to have shaken him up. Sorry, when I attempted to make that joke, I hit the fast forward button. Actually, you know what? One time Kuze and I talked about what we wanted to be when we grew up, like when we were kids. Of course, she turned out to be an absolutely lethal detective. I'm kidding. But her answer was surprising. She wanted to be a florist. Cute, right? Oh. What about you, boy detective? Did you always want to be a boy detective? Oh, I wanted to be a man detective. Yeah, I've always been into cars. Anything with wheels that drives fast. I wanted to be a driver. I have licenses for literally everything. You know, cars, commercial trucks, motorcycles. I even have my marine license. But what about your airplane pilot license? Motorcycle license. Was that motorcycle his? Oops, here we are. That might have just been a very big detail to drop. Like, the motorcycle at the scene of the crime that day was his.
We've got to! No, I won't!
We've got to! No, I won't. Satsu, it's good to see you. Hi. Thank you for dropping that on me. We've got to. Well, here we are. Detective Kuze is waiting in the room at the end of the hallway there. Great, thank you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, she doesn't bite, usually. Good luck, boy detective. See ya. Yeah, see ya. Thank goodness, because I don't think I could handle doing that voice anymore. I think he left before I could ask a follow-up question about motorcycles. Didn't get an answer about Makoto. That look he gave me when I asked, it tells me something. Guess I failed to ask about Aisuke's case, even though we spent all that time together. They said before they really couldn't talk about the investigation. That makes sense. Probably wouldn't have told me much anyway. Well, let's go see Detective Kuze. Pardon me. Sorry. Pardon me. Come in. Hello, Detective Kuze. Hello. Sorry to call you out of the blue. Seems more tense than ever. No, it's okay. But like, why? We don't mind if we start with a few questions. What are you snooping around for anyway? Oh. So you know that I went to Yukuriko Village yesterday. Okay, I'll explain. Let me ask you first. Your brother Makoto has been missing for 18 years, is that right? Around that time, there was a series of murders of young girls which could be related to Aisuke's case. That's why I went to go see your grandmother. I knew it. I know it was a bit sneaky. I apologize. No, I don't blame you. You're just doing your job. I feel bad for putting that kind of burden on your grandmother. I'm really sorry about that. Listen, my grandmother said she was happy to talk to you. Oh, that's great to hear. One thing I was wondering, how did you find out where my grandmother lives now? Oh, well, the first place I went to was your childhood home. My childhood home? Right, and I met a neighbor, Mr. Tayama, who was very helpful. Told me that she had moved to the relaxed Yukuriko Village retirement home. Good old Mr. Tayama. That's all I wanted to ask. Sorry for the trouble. Seriously? This could have just been a phone call, or an email, or whatever. Huh? That's it? Yeah. I thought she was going to ask how I found her childhood home. Why did she ask about that? She seems guarded somehow.
久世刑事の他には。
Okay. Oh, right. She must have remembered that Mr. Utsugi has been to her house before.
久世刑事の
So she probably assumed that he told me where she lived. But
いえ、私
I
立
don't
探偵
think
に
so.
知り
I
合い
haven't
はおり
worked
ま
with
せ
any
ん。
PIs before.
そう
Oh.
だ。あの時
I remember her denying that she ever met
先生と会
Utsugi.
ったことを否定した。それはなぜなの
Why
だ
would she do that? Has she genuinely
随分
forgotten?
前の
Or
この機会に
I
聞いた。
guess I should take this opportunity to ask her about it, even though it makes me nervous.
久世刑事、
Detective Kuze, can I ask you a question?
18年前、
Mr. Utsugi told me where your childhood home was, so I went and checked it out.
宇津木は
Anyway, he said that he met you 18 years ago at that
で
location.
もあなたは
But you,
前にも言ったけ
like
ど
I、said before, I don't know Mr. Utsugi.
ただそれだけよ。
That's all there is to it. Oh, look at the look on Detective Kuze's face. It's like she's just stiffened up.
気のせい
Is
か
it just my imagination?
平成を
Feels like she's trying to keep a level head, but based on her
先
response,
生が家
I
を
think she's lying about not remembering Mr. Utsugi's visit.
考えて誠さんの失
So
踪
that day, so the day Makoto disappeared, Kuze returned home alone.
先生は
According to Mr.
当時の
Utsugi,
久
she
世刑
seemed
事の
terrified.
それらの理由は
Something about
やはり気になる
that still bothers me.
答えてくれるかどうかわからない
I
けど
don't know if she's willing to say more, but I should at least ask her about Makoto.
あの
Detective?
も
Yes?
し答えていただ
If
け
you
る
don't
よう
mind,
で
I
した
have a few questions about your brother Makoto.
祖母が話したこ
I
とが
do
全てよ。
mind. What you got from my
思い出話を
grandfather
す
is
る
all
つ
your
もりはないわ。
grandmother is all you're gonna get. I'm not open to reminiscing. Only the best detective keep information from other detectives. Yeah, well, I mean, this is one where she's also kind of a victim, so it's at least a little understandable.
私と兄の話はも
So,
ういい
enough
の
about me and my brother. Got it?
はい
Yes.
話してくれないか
I figured, but it was worth a shot.
思い出話
Told
を
you
す
I'm
るつ
not
もりは
open
な
to reminiscing.
さてどうしよう
What
か
to do, what to do. She doesn't seem like she's in the mood to answer any
この
questions.
まま引き上げ
I
るし
need
か
to
ない
leave without any of the answers I
久
need.
世刑事
Should probably get going.
ごめんなさい。もう一つ
Sorry,
聞き
but
た
I
いことがあ
thought
っ
of
たわ。
one more question for you.
はい
Yes?
そっちは
Did you find any useful information about the Sasaki case? Why? Is the investigation not going well on your side?
思わしく
捜査に関する
Sorry,
こ
it's
とは
confidential. I
全
can't
て
say
機密
anything
情
more.
報よ。
But I expect you to break your confidentiality,
それ
I suppose.
虫がいいかもしれな
So,
い
I
けど、
understand that it doesn't seem
分かったこと
fair,
があるなら
but it might
教え
help
てもらえ
if
な
you
いかしら。
shared anything you found with me.
確かに警察
It
に
was
協
part
力
of
す
our
るのは
job is helping the
えっ
police.
と
Oh,
うちの事務
well,
所の
one of my
もう一人の
colleagues
探
is
偵助手は
researching more about
佐
Aisuke's
々木
history
英
and
介の事件前
relationships
に
right now.
で僕は
As for my findings,
被害者が発見さ
I
れ
have
た
an
前夜
eyewitness who saw a motorcycle parked near the scene of the crime on the night of the murder. Really, a
Bike?
motorcycle? One where you could play card games on it, potentially? I think I made that joke before, but
把
still.
握されているんでしょうか
Are the police aware of the motorcycle?
いいえ、
No.
聞いて
First
ない
I'm
わ。
hearing of it.
死亡推定時
The
刻
eyewitness account places it at about an hour after the estimated time of death, so possibly irrelevant.
それ、ど
Where
こ
did
か
you
らの
get
情
this
報？
information?
タクシーの運
I
転
talked
手
to
さ
a
ん
cab driver at the
に聞い
scene.
たらし
He
いんで
was
す
the eyewitness.
運転手さんは立
He
ち
said that lots of riders stop to go.
夜道
Lots
端に
of
バイ
park
ク
on the
が
other
止まって
side
るの
for
はよくある
reasons.
わかったわ。
Got it.
はい
Thanks.
お
Of
役に
course. Hope it's helpful. Also,
本部
thank
が
you
把握してる
for
か確認しておくわ。
summoning the cab. Be sure to pass that info along.
本部が把握してるか
警察がバイクの情報
I didn't realize the police didn't know about the motorcycle. I bet they'll question the cabbie now. Well, I've got an idea. I could try thanking her for calling the cab for me.
久世刑
Hey, so.
Hmm?
Yes?
事この前
You're the one who called the cab for me, aren't you?
え
How did you know?
ありがとうございます。
Well, I just wanted to say thanks. It was a big
すご
help.
く助かりました。
That didn't answer the question. It was nothing. Don't thank me. Hmm?
あれ
Detective Cruise's mood seems to have changed.
なんだか気まずそう。
Looks kind of uneasy, almost like she's embarrassed about
クセ
something.
刑事って
I know she's got a scary reputation, but I think Detective Kamihara is right.
本当は優し
Deep
くて
down, she's a vulnerable, awkward person just like the rest of us. And also an asshole!
先輩
Hey
あの紙
partner,
袋
I
の
just
鑑
got
定
the
結果が
results
出
from
ま
the
した
forensics on that paper bag. Oh.
僕は
Inspector Kamada gave me special permission to see the results of the forensic analysis on the paper bag.
一緒に
Yes!
聞けることになった。佐々木くんが被っていた紙袋
This is the actual bag that was found on ice skate. It's even creepier to see it in real life.
早速じゃが始
Let's
めてくれ
get
る
started, shall we?
では
Of course, I'll get straight to the results of the analysis.
佐々木英
The
介
bag
の
in
頭部
question
に
is
被せられ
clearly
ていた
old, but after
こち
running
ら
a
の紙
detailed
袋です
scan,
18
we
年
can
前
confirm the material is a perfect match with the paper bags found in the serial
材
girl
質などの
murders.
成分が一致いたしました
Okay, so it's an exact match. What?
ということ
But does that mean?
18年前の事件の
Are
同
we
一
dealing with the
犯
same
の
killer
犯
from
行
18 years
もし
ago?
当時の関係
Seems
者が
likely that
何らかの
some of the
形で
same
関
people
わっ
would
て
be
いる可能
involved.
性が極
おっしゃる通りだと
I think you're right.
こりゃ
Well, it seems like sounds like we need to officially reopen those cases.
実は一点
Sir, before you continue, I have one additional finding to
今
share.
回の事
The
件の
paper
被
bag
害者が
found on
被っていた
Aisuke.
18年前
We can confirm it's the same type as the ones found on the second and third victims 18 years
同
ago.
じものであるとところが
However,
連続少
the
女
paper
殺
bag
人
found
事
on
件
the
の
very
最初の
first
犯行で
victim
使われた紙
18 years
袋
ago
は
doesn't match any of the other
他の紙袋
bags. Interesting. That's a very interesting detail. How can you be how can you be sure?
どの紙袋
Well,
も
not all
似たよう
paper
な成分
bags
だ
are
ろう
made
と思われる
made the
かもしれ
same
ま
way,
せん
believe it or
が
not.
配合割
Each
合は
manufacturer uses a
メーカー
different
によって
formula.
様々
The variation can be quite
一致する
substantial.
では
Thank you for the
鑑定
report.
結果の資
Are you
料を
ready to share the
署内に
results with the
共
whole
有してくれ
department?
承知しました
Yes, sir. I disappear now.
君申し訳ないが少し待っててもらえるかの
Sorry,
こ
I
れ
don't
から
know why
捜
that
査本部
cracked
の
me
者
up
も
with
交え
like.
た話し合いがある
As for you, I apologize, but I'll need you to wait here a moment. We have an important meeting.
わかりました。
I understand.
紙袋の鑑
So
定
it
結果
turned
が
out
出た
that the forensic analysis of the paper bag revealed a new clue.
鎌田警部たちの話し合い
And
が終わ
Inspector
るまで
Kamada is meeting
少
with
し時間がかかり
his
そう
team
だ
to
な
review the findings. It might take a while.
よし僕
Why
の
don't I review my
さっき聞いた
notes
話を
and the new information I've learned? Structor! Hey, it's so good to see you. Precious Bean. Actually, the paper bag analysis went fantastic because we got it analyzed, and the bag on the current murder was the same kind as the ones used in the murders beforehand, except for the very first murder. That one had its own unique bag. So that's interesting. Which won't let me select any. Aw, heck. Why? Is it not popping up? Or is it that you don't have points? Did he use the stupid Trader Joe's bags with the extremely fragile handles? Yeah, he did, and we know that because none of the bags have handles on them anymore. So, neither it just won't let me select them. That's weird. I wish I knew what to tell you, but sadly, the Twitch app is awful. It just
紙
is.
袋の鑑定早速始めよう
Okay, let's get to it. Based on the forensic evidence, the case from 18 years ago and the current case are very likely to be connected.
何らかのつながりがある
Very
か
likely to be
今回
connected.
使われた
Right, because the paper bags match,
18
there's a
年
good
前
chance the
に使われ
cases
た
are
紙
connected.
さらに
We
鑑定
also
結果
know that that the paper bag in the first murder
連続
doesn't
少
match
女殺人事件の
the
最初の事件
others.
だけ
That means that the first victim might have been killed by someone else.
最初の事件だけ犯人が違
They're
う
not, yeah, game over.
橋爪彩香を殺したのは
Perhaps
彼女の
Ayaka
父親
Hashizume's father killed her, and the other cases were copycat killings.
もちろん
Of course, that's just one of countless possibilities. I think he's just mad that he has to pay 10 cents for the bag. Did I ever tell you the story of when I worked at Target? So I worked at Target from a range where, like, California, at least, had just instituted that 10-cent bag policy. So, like, I remember the day it went into effect, and it caught so many people off guard. So, there was one day I was checking someone out in electronics. It's not the exact day, but like a little while after that, I was checking somebody out, and I go like, would you like a bag? They are 10 cents now. And the guy goes like, no, because I don't want to support the Democratic Party. I was like, what, you think these 10 cents are going to Democrats? No, it's a tax from the government. Like, I don't know. It was a weird interaction. Walmart before the bag tax is implemented as I could do. Yeah, exactly. Same with me and Target. Does this game actually have a fail state? As far as I've seen so far, no.
今推理を進められるとしてもここまで
I think that's about all I can deduce for
それ
now.
にしても
Although I should
紙
say,
袋の鑑定結
it's
果
really fortunate to hear that the forensics report on the paper bag. Gotta thank Inspector Kamada.
紙袋の成分の配合
It's fascinating that different paper bag manufacturers all make paper bags differently. 10 cents goes to Hunter Biden specifically. Yeah. When every time somebody buys a 10-cent bag, they have to, like, they go up to the White House and they, like, flick it over the fence. Yeah. Who knew paper bags could be interesting?
鎌田警備や久世刑事
Anyway, I don't think Kamada, Kuze, or Kamihara is likely to be back anytime soon.
そういえ
I
ば
wonder what Mr. Utsugi is looking into now. Your 10 cents helped make the Craven the Hunter movie. Oh my god. Yeah, those 10 cents went to, what did they do? An ex Photoshop regression. Oh my god, that would be amazing. It's just like... it was just so... It was so... It was also because the guy was so matter-of-fact about it. He was like, nope, I'm not, because I don't want to support the Democrats. Okay. And granted, his, like, daughter or whatever was with him, and she was like, Dad, that's not, she's like, oh my god, Dad. Something like that. So, it's, a suit made of bags of dimes. Yeah. Anyway, point is, it was just very funny.
今回聞いた鑑定
Oh, I
結
should
果
let Mr. Utsugi know about the forensics results on the paper bag.
君かどう
Ah,
した
it's you. What do you want? What's up?
今警察署で鑑
Just
識の
got
方
the
から聞いたん
report
ですが
from forensics about the
佐
paper
々木英
bag
介
found
の
on
頭にかぶせられてい
Daisuke's
る
head.
連続少女殺
Apparently, it's a
人
perfect
事件
match for the
その
ones
2
found
件目
on
と
the
3 件
second
目の
and
犯
third
行で
serial
使われ
girl
ていたもの
murder
と
victims.
材質など
How people can say something so wrong so confidently. I know. It is quite shocking. Like, just how brazen. There was also... Again, I checked someone out in electronics, and they were like a dad with a whole family and like multiple young kids, and at one point I guess his kids were being rambunctious or something. I don't even remember, but I remember at one point his family's there behind him, and he looks at me and he's like, don't have kids. And I was like, I get the joke. Like, at the time I kind of just laughed, but like, I was like, how weird would it be to see your father going around telling people not to have kids, like he regrets having you? That's kind of fucked up. I imagine you see it a lot. Oh, you do. Oh, you do. Welcome to America, indeed. Oh, and what about the first case? Not a match there?
はい
That's
1
right.
件目だけは
Bag
別
from
の
the
ようでし
first
た
murder was different.
なるほど。
I see. This could be significant.
引き続き
Great work. Keep up the investigation.
わかりました。
Thank you. I will.
話し合い、上原刑事は
Good idea
久世
to
刑事
continue
から聞いた
reviewing what
話から
Kamihara and
つい
Kuze have told me.
この時間を使って
Take some time to organize my thoughts and findings from
上
today.
原刑事は
Kamihara is alone with Kuze. They're not talking about an active case. He said they sometimes have friendly chats. For example, they talk about candy.
小さい頃好きだった。小さい頃の話を
Since
しているのであれば、
Been known to talk about their childhoods, maybe they've talked about Makoto.
しかし
He seemed to brush me off when I asked about it, though. But what I did learn is Kamihara is licensed to drive cars, commercial vehicles, boats, and motorcycles. Ah, that's right. He's licensed to drive motorcycles.
警察の人って
Aren't all police officers licensed to ride motorcycles? That was my
久
impression.
世刑事と話した内容から
Did you hear about the Flat Earthers mission to Antarctica? I didn't hear about this. I have heard of Flat Earthers trying to like prove their theory, and it ends up being like, oh well, the Earth really is round. Okay. Detective Kuze's motorcycle. I wonder if there's anything I can deduce from my conversation with Detective Kuze.
君待たせて
Ah,
悪かった
Hedgehog. Sorry for keeping you waiting.
いえ
So, have you decided on a plan?
いくつかの
Yes, we're going to
仮説に
proceed based on a
沿
new
って捜査
hypothesis.
さすがに
But unfortunately, I can't share it with you at this time. I apologize for the tough circumstances. Hedgehog-sama.
当然だ
It's okay. It's okay, I understand.
山は
This case is anything but straightforward, and it can be tough to accept guidance from
本部
HQ.
の方針にだからこそ
Anyway, that's a big part of why we need your help. We're counting on you. Yes, sir. I'll do my best.
さて待たせと
I
い
need
て
to
す
get
まんが
back to HQ now. Apologies again for keeping you waiting. Right, the theory was that there is no 24-hour sun on the South Pole in the winter.
もう捜査に向かってしまっての
The Arctic at the center. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, of course, they went to the South Pole. They saw the sun all day. Yep, yep. Our winter, their summer. Yep. Oh, and I know Kuze called you here, but she and Kamihara are already both back in the field.
そうなんで
I
す
see.
ね
That's okay. It was very helpful to talk to the both of them.
では
Suppose I should get going. Of course. Be
気をつけて
careful out there and see you soon. Oh, sorry, there's one last
お願
thing.
いしたいこと
Hmm?
ある男の
There's
ことを
someone I'd like you to
調
look
べても
into.
らえ
A certain man.
ある男
A certain man. What? Saninin. Sanin.
私は
Saninin.
ここ山陰地方に来
Here in
て
the Sanin region. Sanin region.
今回の事件の鍵を握ると思われる
Oh,
あ
Sanin
る
region.
男のことを
There's
知るため
someone here who may hold the key to this case. Sanin. Oh. Okay.
しかしなんでまたこんなことを調べていらっしゃるん
What are you
ですか
doing digging into this ancient history, huh?
わかった
You're some kind of
あなた、
reporter
あれ
or
ですよ。
something? Wait,
雑誌関係
you're
の
the
方
guy
なん
from
じゃ
the
ないですか
magazine, right?
いえいえ
No, no,
た
I'm
だ
just
の
a curious
物好きで
person.
すよ
Sonic.
そうなんですか
Sonic
なんかこう
Heroes.
ジャーナリ
Sonic
ストって感じですかね
Heroes. You sure about that? You strike me as, you sure about that? You strike me as some kind of reporter or journalist. Shadow.
暇な素
No,
人
I
です
assure you, I'm just an amateur with too much time on his hands.
まあいろい
Fair,
ろとあるんでしょう
fair
ね
enough. I'll stop prying.
これ以上
Anyway,
ありがとうございました
it's
これで
no
失
problem.
礼し
But
ます
thanks for chatting. I'll be on my way now.
いい記事を書いてくださいね
Hope you write a good
なん
or
たって
Hope you write a good article. Just kidding. Fuck you.
例の紙袋の鑑定結果が出た。その翌
He
日、
used the killer. So the day after the forensics report on the bag was
警
completed,
察は
the police released some details to the public about the murder of Aisuke Sasaki.
今回の
However,
描か
while
れ
they
た顔
mentioned
の
that he was found with a bag on his head, they
紙
didn't
袋をか
mention the
ぶった
smiley
いたずら
face.
に社会
Sure,
に
that
刺激
detail
す
was
ることを
too
避ける
lurid
た
for
め
the
だ。
general public, but
こ
still,
れを機に世
seems
間
the
では
urban legend of a
笑顔の
smiling
紙
paper
袋を
bag
かぶっ
wearing
た
murderer is
都市
roaring back
エ
to
ミ
life.
オが
People are
広
talking
く
about
周知
Emio,
さ
the
れ
smiling man, at
語ら
water
れるよう
coolers
になった。
all around the city. 3 days!
警察の公表から
It's
今日
been
で
3 days since the police released a statement. We're
街
now
の様子
seeing
に
an
も
impact in the
影
city.
響が。特に気になるものは
Nothing of particular concern.
特に気になるもの。この数日で
Heard that all the books about urban legends have been flying off the shelves lately. Oh my god, they've all been vandalized. Even the pharmacy mascots are wearing paper bags.
薬局まで
Even the local pharmacy has caught the smiling man fever.
電話
Someone's calling me? How dare they?
あゆみちゃんからだ。
It's Ayumi! Never mind, I love you!
もし
Oh,
もし
hi
あゆみ
honey!
ちゃん
I mean,
どうかしたの？
Ayumi! Hey Ayumi, what's wrong?
テレビで
There's a segment on a TV show I'm watching now about urban legends. I bet it's about the smiling man.
Why'd you call me about
わかっ
this?
た。
Oh,
今
well,
事
I'm
務所の
almost
近く
back
なん
to
だ。
the office.
すぐ
I'll
に
see
戻
you
る。
soon, okay?
Okay, be careful.
What? Why? What was that scene? What was the point of that?
あゆみちゃん、ただいま。
Hey Ayumi, I'm back. I love you.
お帰りなさい。
Welcome back. Check this out.
エミオというのは奇妙な
Fascinating. He's the one who supposedly wears that strange paper bag, right? The rumor going around the rumor going around is that he placed similar bags on the children he killed.
Put together a recreation of what those bags might have looked like for you. Let's take a look, shall we?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Wow, it's really creepy, and some of them are so small. Oh dear.
Well, there's a rumor going around about a child version of the smiling man as well.
What am I looking at? Who is this guy? A child, my goodness. That's the paper bag I gave to Emiko. Amika? What the fuck is happening?
Of course, the etymology of the smiling man is fascinating as well, sometimes known as Emio.
What the fuck is happening? What the actual hell did I just look at? That was Professor and urban legend researcher Toru Osawa. Thank you very much, Professor. That was so creepy. That was a really creepy scene. That was creepy. Madara!
そうだね。
Hey! It's good to see you. How are you?
みんな
hope
が
you're
興
doing
味
well.
を示す気持ちはわかるんだ
I
けど、
understand why people are
佐
fascinated.
々木くんの事件と
Must feel like the
エミオの
smiling man
話が
urban legends is
簡単
coming
に
to
結
life
び
with
つけら
Isuke's
れちゃう
murder.
し、
Doing good, relaxing after a late shift. Yeah, understandable. You take it easy,
今
cause
のワイドショーで佐々木
you
君の
are
ことに触れたっ
precious.
け？
Do they mention Isuke specifically on the talk show?
あなたが事務所
Yeah,
に着く前
just
に
before you got here, they
幸
said a
福
young
市の
boy
事件で
was killed in
被害に遭
Kofuku
った
City.
少年、
I see.
佐々木くんのことを
Yeah,
知って
so
いる人
anyone
は
Who knew Isuke would know they're talking about him?
確かにね。
Right. Well, in that
だったら
case, maybe
目
someone who
撃
knew
情
him
報
will
とか
come
出て
forward
きて
with
く
some
れる
new
といいん
info.
だけど。
Yeah. Just listen to the sound. Just listen to the sound of my beautiful, relaxing voice as I serenade you.
今回の事件
I just can't
は
believe
こ
how
こま
much
で世
attention
間を
this case
騒
is
がせる
getting.
エミオはすっか
But I
り
guess
有
Emio,
名人ね。
the Emio legend, the smiling man, is pretty famous.
本当だね。
True.
でも
But
佐々木くんのことを思うと
when a real person is involved, like
ちょっとね。
poor Isuke Sasaki. Yeah, it's sad.
私ね、めぐみさんが心配
I'm
な
worried
の。
about Megami with all of this
世の
going on.
中が
Everyone's talking about the
仲が
smiling
良
man.
かった友
She's
達を
just
亡くした
devastated
彼
about
女
losing
に
a
と
close
って
friend.
友達を
Yeah,
亡く
losing
し
a
たこと。
friend. What a nightmare. Don't you ever leave me!
そうか。
Wonder if
あゆみちゃ
all
ん。
this reminds Ayumi
陽
of
子さんの
Yoko.
こと。めぐみさんと自分が重なっ
Started
たんだろ
talking
うな。
about how Megami must feel.
テレビを見て
Seems like she must have thought about
ナ
it.
バスになっちゃ
Maybe we shouldn't have watched that show. Yoko is the girl who was her friend, if you don't remember from the first game.
う。理由は口に
Probably
した。
doesn't want to talk about it.
理由は。いつものあゆみちゃんに。
I hope Ayumi gets back to her usual self soon.
いつものあゆみ。あゆみちゃん。
Hey, Ayumi. Yeah?
今はまだわか
I
ら
know
ない
we're
こと
still
だらけ
missing
だ
a
けど
lot of pieces.
ともかく
But
僕
let's
た
put
ち
our
は
heads together and see
僕
what
た
we
ち
can
にしか
figure
でき
out.
ないこと佐々木くんと
You know, for Isuke and,
Megami-san no
and for
tameni.
Megami. Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's do our best for them.
あゆみちゃん
Great. So
今回
let's
の
get
事件
to
のここまで
let's
について
review what we've learned so
手伝ってくれるかな
Can you help me?
もちろんよ。
Yes, of course.
ね
Before we start, Shadow,
え。
I want you to marry me. I want to say thank you.
Eh?
Thank me for what? We haven't even started our review yet. Give me a chance to be brilliant, okay? but thank you for what
Mazu,
though? Like,
今回の事
you
件
can
の
just
被
say.
害者
You can just. You
佐
can
々
just,
木英介くんの死因は
you can just tell me. I need to know. First, the cause of death in the Isuke Sasaki case was asphyxiation from being strangled with a cord-like object.
紐状のもので首
そうね。
Isuke was found with a paper bag. Right.
さらに佐
Additionally,
々木
there's
く
an
んの事
urban
件に
legend
非常
that.
に似た都市伝説が存在する
Oh my! Holy shit! Oh my god, Madara! Holy shit! Thank you! Oh my! Oh my god! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Holy shit! 15 subs! That is. What? Thank you! Holy shit! Yeah. Oh my god, Madara. I don't know how to thank you, but I can't even think anymore. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Holy shit. If there is something I can do to, like, properly thank you, please let me know. I appreciate you so much, Madara. That is wild. You quite literally single-handedly set a new record for me. Thank you. That is incredibly kind. And I'm like shaking. Ah. Cute. Madara is very cute, yes. Ah. Oh my god. That is wild. Thank you. And Anna, thank you for your sub earlier too, but like,
Oh my god, Madara just... My brain is doing the, like, explosion rainbow thing from... Oh my god. Oh. Thank you. I don't know what else to say other than thank you. I'm genuinely, like, just dumbfounded now. Hype train, let's go. I can't. We're at a level 4 hype train. This is, I think, is this the largest hype train I've ever had? Like, it might be. That is crazy. Thank you, thank you. It means a lot, too, because I've also just been, like, I don't want to say insecure necessarily, but, like, I've been feeling like I've been not as entertaining lately, you know? Like, I've worried that I'm not doing enough, so you showing this kind of support really does just mean the world to me. Thank you. It really is, like, I just don't even know what to do with myself right now. I'm sorry, my brain just can't process words right now. Oh, I mean, I know some of it was, like, me overthinking things, but I you know, when I get, like, unfollows and stuff, I think about, like, oh man, am I really just, like, so boring that people are like, actually, I don't want to be around, you know? I can't be a detective. Yeah, I can't. My brain has been scrambled, and Madara, you are a hero legend. You know what? I know at least one thing I can do for you, and that is I can make you a VIP. Because at this point, I'd say you've earned it, and I will do the agua. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, my throat was starting to get a little scratchy. But yeah, let me give you... Hold on, 213. Okay. For a second, my brain was like, oh, 1, 2, 3, but that's not how that works. VIP. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. And, the fact we have a level 4 hype train is crazy. I, like... Oh, sorry, I'm just... Thank you. Once... We have 5 seconds left, so, once that ends, then we can, get back to the game. I had to do something, you know? Hype train! Thank you! It is... truly... I mean, I can't think of any other word than appreciated. Yeah, all-time record shattered! Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is so appreciated. Lurking now is waiting for a friend. We're gonna play Power World or F124. I'm not sure if I know what F124 is, but either way, I hope you have fun with your friend. Thank you so much. And, yeah. Yeah, of course, you deserve it. Honestly, I should have done it even before then, but just, you deserve it. Thank you. It's like Shadow. Even when I don't care. Yeah, no, the fact that you show up to my streams means so much to me. Like, I know I'm not gonna be like the most popular streamer in the world, but like, just having someone come by and like support me like this, it means more than I could describe. Oh, okay, yes, yeah. I don't know why my brain didn't think about separating it that way. can't deny it. I mean, I kinda can, but... Urban legend known as the Smiling Man.
エミオという
It's usually called Emio, the Smiling Man.
佐々木くんの事
Of
件に
course,
非
the
常
urban
に似
legend
ているの
isn't the
は
only strange
都市伝
similarity
説だ
to
けで
this
はない
case. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for the subs. I appreciate it immensely. Of course, the urban legend isn't the only strange similarity to this
18
case.
年前に
There
も
were a number of similar
実は同
cases
様の
18
事件
years
があった
ago. They were known as the serial girl murders. Serial girl murders.
連続少女殺人
In the
事件
serial
は
girl murders,
3人
there
の
were
少女
three
が犠牲
female
になった
victims. They were her, okay, so yeah, 1, 2, and 3. Oh, okay. I see what I have to do.
橋爪彩香
Okay.
高木幸子
Ayaka Hashizume
Inoue
Sachiko
10代の少女だった
Takagi. God, why am I'm sorry, my brain is still scrambled. When people ask me if I want to play 2K24, I was like, why would I want to play a year? Well, yeah, the 2K24 thing, at least that makes sense. I always hated it when it was like, you know, you've got Madden 14 and like Madden 13, Madden 14, and then there's Madden 25. Why? Like, why? I get it's the 25th anniversary, but like, why would you not just say like Madden 15?
連続少女殺人
Around
事
the
件
time
は
of the serial
3人
girl
の少女が
murders,
殺害された
there
ほ
were
か
also two
2人
significant
の人
missing
物が失踪
persons.
しているその失踪した人
Missing
物は
persons were the missing man and Makoto Kuze,
大量の血痕
and
を
who
残して
left
消え
behind
た
a large
男
pool of blood in his apartment,
Kuze
and Detective Kuze's
久
brother
世誠
Makoto.
さんだところで
Madden 64. Yeah, exactly, right?
誰か
What's
から
gonna happen in
恨みを買うようなことでは
2064?
な
Are they gonna name it Madden 64? I don't. Regarding the victim, Aisuke Sasaki, he didn't seem to have any enemies that wished to do him harm.
しかし
But he did have a problem, and that problem was getting into a good high school.
進学の
The serial girl murderers, yeah. It's...
そうね
I keep putting the
成
emphasis
績が落ちてきたからね
incorrectly. The way I make it sound is like a serial girl murder as opposed to serial girl murders. You know, I recognize that I'm doing that. I'm trying to stop. It's just hard. That's right. His grades were slipping.
そしてとうとう先日
Last but not least, we got the forensic report about the paper bag found on Aisuke's head.
その紙
The
袋
paper
は
bag was matched to the second and third bags.
18年前の事件のうち
The bag
2
matched
件
the
目
second
と
and
3
third
件
bags
目と
from
同じ
murders
成
18
分
years
そし
ago.
て
There's
18年
something
前に起きた
notable
連
about
続
the
少女
first
殺
paper
人
bag
事件
found
と
18
3
years
つの
ago.
事件
It was different from the other paper.
他の事件に使われた紙
ええ
That's right. The
最
first
初だけ
paper bag was
別の
different.
紙
The
袋
second
だ
and
った
third
のよ
bags
ね
matched each other.
それで
It was the girl who
今回
murdered
の
a
事件
lot of people.
18
Yeah, I
年
mean,
前の
like,
事件のつながりなんだけど
is
紙
it
袋の鑑定結果を聞いたとき
is it like a girl who watches a lot of like television? Like she watches like a lot of serialized comics or whatever, and murders people. Putting all the information together, here are my brain just took a minute. I'm sorry. Putting all the information, here are my thoughts after hearing the forensic report on the bag.
佐々木くんの事件と
Since the bag
18
found
年
on
前の
Ice
事件
Game
に
matched
使
the
われた
second
紙
and
袋
third
の
bag
せい
from
こ
found
の
18
2つの
years
事件
ago,
は
we should
何らかの
assume
形で
that those
つ
cases
ながっ
must
て
be connected.
うん
Yeah, I think
So-
you're right.
そして
Here's my theory about why the first paper bag doesn't match the others in the serial killer. The killer in the first case had to be someone else.
あくまでも仮説だ
It's
けど
possible. Interesting theory.
今日は調子が良かったみた
Yeah,
いね
well today. Nice work with the deductions.
そう。
Yeah, thanks.
頑張っ
I
た
worked
甲斐があっ
hard
た
at
よ
it. Now, what was it you wanted to tell me, Ayumi, about
今後の
how
調査に
amazing I am?
ついてだけど
So let's talk about where do we go from here now that all of the children are growing up. And how do we spend our time knowing nobody gives us a damn? They were murdered with cereal, and this killer left cereal boxes with notes. The first box was tricks are for kids. Lucky Charms, she was after me, Lucky Charms. She was not. She was great. It gets confusing when we find a serial killer. They kill
謎を
serial
残したまま
killers.
消えた男に
Yeah.
ついて調べることになった
Would we still arrest them? Food for thought. No, I'm just kidding. We would, because they're still murdering. But I'd like to do some more investigation to the case of the missing man from 18 years ago.
1件目の事
You
件
mean the
の
one who was
時
seemingly
大
badly
怪我を
injured?
した
He's
ま
still
ま
missing,
行
right?
方
その通り
Hey, yo,
Come on,
sub!
David.
Thank
Come on.
Wisteria, it is good to see you. Hi, hi. Yeah, Madara gifted 15 subs. Wild. And I am so grateful. And I appreciate you too, Wisteria. Thank you. That's right, Inspector Kamada had asked me to look. Wisteria, did I ever show you? A guitar? Yeah, Madara is goated for sure. But did I show you Lego and Lego? Sorry, I just want to. Yeah, Lego Bio Lizard. Yes. There's also the this is the like new, these are the new ones they just released, but there's also Campfire Clash, which I don't believe is referencing anything. It's just an excuse to have Sonic attack some gun beetles and stuff, but still very cool. But yeah, Lego Bio Lizard was, oh, my dream. It's cool as hell. I know, right? Yeah, I wanted to show those to you.
簡単に情報が得られる
Frankly,
と
I'm
は
not
思え
even
ない
sure
けど
where to begin, but I know Kama is counting on me.
先
Get to
生
use a
の真似なん
nickname
かしち
for
ゃっ
him
て
now.
おかしな人
How close? Are you close friends with him, like Mr. Utsugi is? I,
と言っても
in all seriousness, it's a tough assignment. I just don't know the man's name yet.
そうなの
Really? Yeah, Inspector Kamada seemed busy at the time. He just asked me to come back
詳しく
later for
また
more
後日
details.
ってことになった
Oh, is there something wrong?
実は
Well,
鎌田警部
I'm sorry, but... Oh, I'm sorry, but Inspector Kamada isn't in right now. He's having a hard time at the
今
moment.
日もいらっしゃらないん
Oh,
です
he's
か
still out for the whole day?
わざわざ来てくれ
Yes,
たの
sorry you came all this way.
紙袋の
Haven't
鑑定
actually
結果
been
を
able
聞
to
いた
catch
翌日か
Inspector
ら
Kamada in
鎌
person
田
since
警
the
部
day we
とは
got
会えてないんだ
the paper bag results.
詳細を聞こうと思って
Been
何度も
down to
警
the
察署
station
に
several
足を
times.
あら
And he
ご
wasn't
不在
there?
なの
姿も見えないし
No, I haven't seen him.
署の人に
And
聞いて
when
も
I ask around the
わかり
station,
ません
everyone kind of shrugs.
そうなの
Huh, that's concerning. Yeah,
捜査でお
maybe
忙
he's
し
just
いのか
super
もしれ
busy
な
with
い
the
わよ
investigation.
そうだよね
Yeah, I guess if I'm getting, I guess I'm getting a bit antsy. I can't help him if I can't see him.
今日は
Anyway, I'll give him a little space for now and
ゆっくり
use this time to get all my files in order.
コーヒーでも
Oh, I
入れ
should
ようか
make some coffee while I'm at it.
Ayun,
Do you want some? How would you like it?
あ
Oh,
のね
actually, I'm on my
実
way
は
out
私
to meet Mr. Fukuyama. Uh-oh, could you be going to?
うん
It's not a big secret. I was
驚かない
about
で
to tell you
聞いて
before you
ほしいんだ
started
けど
acting weird. The suspense is
森
killing me.
本めぐみ
I'm
さん
going
の
to
お家に
Megami
お
Morimoto's
話を
house for a
聞きに
chat. Oh, wait, what?
少しでもめぐみさん
Nothing
の
else?
力になれ
Maybe
れば
my
いいんだ
presence
け
can
どね
offer her a little comfort.
なんだ。よか
Oh,
っ
that
た。
sounds good. Phew. Who you?
あ、
I'm relieved that Megumi is feeling well enough to talk to you, is all. It's not that I don't want you to meet other men.
だから
Is the
お母さ
Bio
んが
Lizard from
話して
SA1 or
くれる
2?
ってこ
2.
となの。
Adventure 1 is Chaos. Well, I'm actually going to talk to her mom first. I don't think Megumi is ready to talk yet.
そうなんだ。
That makes sense.
体調不良
Seems like she's been struggling for a long time.
もちろん
I
め
mean,
ぐ
I'll
みさんの
definitely
様子
check
も
in on
聞い
her
てみ
as
るつも
well.
り。
Anyway, I'm off.
じゃ
Good luck and be careful. Don't you dare see Fukuyama again. You're mine! Chapter 6, Existence. Getting existential here.
佐々木くんと仲が良かった森本
Megumi
めぐみさん
Morimoto,
は
a good friend of Eisuke, has been absent from school since his
し
death.
かも
She was at
他の
home
生徒が
when
事
the
件を
other
知っ
students
た
learned what happened.
先輩から聞いた
That's
話
everything
だけど
Fukuyama knew. I'm here to see if I can find out
めぐ
more.
みさん本
I'd
人
love
か
to
ら
talk to
話を聞
Megumi
ければ
herself,
いいんだけ
but
ど
that's likely going to prove difficult.
こんにちは
Yes.
先日お電話
yes.
しました
Hi.
立花です
Hi, I'm Ayumi Tachibana. I called the other day. Oh, Miss Tachibana, of course. Hello.
まさか
Oh,
さんか
okay.
らご連絡があるなんて思ってもいなかったので
Did you know the Famicom
驚き
Detection
ました
have
よ
collectors edition? Yes, I did, and I would love it, but it's one of those things where it's like hard for me to justify because it's like I bought the digital versions already, and I was really holding out hope they would bring it to North America. Especially when they announced Emio, I was like, oh, please tell me they're gonna do 1 and 2 as well. But they didn't. But I do really want 1 and 2 physically somehow anyway. Just because I actually really enjoy the games. I think they are good games. I was surprised to hear from a private detective.
突然のご相談でご
Is
迷
now a
惑を
good
おかけ
time?
してす
I
み
don't
ま
want
せん
to inconvenience you.
あいえいえ
It's no problem
ま
at
た
all.
私で
I
少
just
しで
hope
も
I
お
can
役
be
に
of
立
some
て
help
れ
to
ば
you.
ありがとうございます
Thank you so much. Your help is appreciated. I just want a physical version of this game for, like, posterity, you know? Especially because they made a physical version for Emio, but they didn't for the first 2. It's weird.
めぐみさんの今
How's
のご
Megumi
様子
doing?
は
めぐみは
Megumi's locked herself in her room and she's refusing to talk to
誰
anyone.
にも会いたくない
This is the 4th game in the series?
す
What?
みません
Well, it's the 4th game if you're counting the remakes as its own entry. I was only aware of 1 and 2. I don't know what 3rd game could be. Megumi's locked herself in her room and she's refusing to talk to anyone.
めぐみさんご
Is
体
she
調
feeling
が優れ
okay?
ない
あいえ
She's
そういうわ
not
けでは
sick.
ないんで
She's
す
in
が
shock, depressed.
エスケ君が
Which is, you know, not surprising
Ah,
after what happened to Aisuke.
無理もエスケ君のことがエスケ君は
She and Aisuke have been close since they were little.
まるで
They were just like brother and sister.
好き放題に
They
言い合って
certainly argued as much as
しょっちゅう
siblings.
喧嘩その度に
Every
めぐみ
time they
は
argued, she
あ
would
んな
get
やつ
so
絶
angry.
好だと言って
She'd say, Mom, I
怒るん
can't
ですよ
stand him. Oh, thank you for the follow, Mike Allen. Mike Allen? I apologize if I mispronounce your name, but thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy murder mysteries because this game really, I'm enjoying it. Sometimes I feel like I have to apologize for streaming a game no one's heard of, but I like it.
すぐにケロッとして
Then, just as quick, she'd calm down and be her usual self. It was strange, I guess, but they were
口
also
が
just
切れる
kids.
くらいでしたね
I will say though, if you're like interested in playing this game, I'm probably about like halfway through-ish. So like, if you want to leave and like not spoil yourself, totally understandable. So, stop being sorry for streaming a game you enjoy. I know, but like, sometimes I feel like people want to see me stream certain games, and me doing this isn't that, you know? They were so close. Aisuke and my Megami. I can't believe what happened. Right now, I'm just worried about Megami. I don't know much about what happened to Aisuke, only what I've seen on the news. I can't bring myself to talk to Aisuke's mother about it. I'm afraid to talk to her at all. Aisuke and Megami were so close. They were more like brother and sister than friends. I have to hear from Megami's mom. I have to hear from Megami's mom. There's still no clue as to who did it, is there? No, we don't know anything yet. I hope they're found soon. No one can feel safe until that monster that did this is caught. But that's why we have detectives, isn't it? Yeah, of course. She's expecting a lot out of me. Screw her. Can you tell me about how Megami has been the past few days? Sure. Megami was absent from school the day the day his body was found. That checks out. I already knew she wasn't at school for the morning assembly. The school called about Aisuke. I told Megami right away. She turned pale, started shaking. She ran and locked herself in her room. I could hear her crying. She's not been herself ever since. She hasn't been back to school ever since. Oh, really? She doesn't even come out of her room. I leave food at her door, but either she won't eat it or she barely touches it. She's avoiding everyone, won't talk to me or her father. I mean, she would need to eat to live, so like, she probably eats a little bit. Yeah, that's no good. No. She's always been so full of life, so bright, happy. It's so terrible. I was so careful with how I told her about Aisuke, but... Megami has been absent from school since the day Aisuke's body was found. It's just as Fukuyama said. But her mom says she wasn't feeling ill. So why did she stay home that day? So you said Megami was absent from school the day Aisuke was found? Yes. Why'd she miss that day of class? Was there any reason to be concerned about her on that day? A reason to be concerned? A reason to be concerned, yes. Let's see. It wasn't just that something was wrong on that day. Megami had been acting strange the day before, too. Interesting. Since the day before. She seemed depressed, so I asked her what was wrong. But she wouldn't say anything. She just went straight out to her room. Megami seemed calmer the next morning, but she never took a bath, and she stayed home from school. I thought maybe she'd had a bad day, that's all. I was sort of relieved, really. Okay, sorry, I just need to make sure I internalize that the way I thought I did. And then I got a call from the school. Do you know what Megami might have been up to the day before? God, I keep doing that. No, she didn't say anything about it.
I never even had the chance to hear about her day.
私もショック。
前日何があったかは
So her mom
お母さ
doesn't
んにもわから
know
ない
what
の
happened the
ね
day before.
前日何めぐみさんのお母さん
She looks tired.
あれは
That's a picture of the family. I can't tell where it was taken.
ここからじゃちゃん
It's
と
hard to
見
see
えない
much
けど
from here, but they look like a happy family.
家族写真
Probably a great memory for all of them.
何があったのか聞くことす。
前日何が
It made that extra noise like, oh hey, you found something, but
めぐみさんとお母
that's
さ
a
んの
picture
写
of
真
Megami
が
and her mom.
小さい頃
It's a
の
picture of
めぐみさんの写真ね
Megami when she was younger.
めぐみさんのあんまりキョロキョロ
Shouldn't be looking around too much.
何があったのか。
Okay, I never had the chance to hear about her day.
私もショック。
So terrible.
めぐみは学級委員で
Megami
し
is
た
a
ので、
class representative, so it must be causing some trouble for her to be gone.
担任の先生
I
に
imagine the other students in her class will be helping, along with her homeroom teacher.
担任の先生
Homeroom teacher? As in Mr. Fukuyama.
森本は 俺のクラス
So
の
yes. Oh god. I need to come up with a better voice for him other than the like dude bro voice, because that's what the detective's voice is. Yes, Megami is a student in my class. She's our class representative. I can't think of a good voice for him.
彼女は森本
Megami has been absent, so I wouldn't know. Hmm.
担任の先生って
Her homeroom teacher is
福
Mr.
山先生ですよ
Fukuyama,
ね
right?
あ、そうです。
Yes, that's correct.
よく生徒と気
He
さくに
works
話さ
closely
れる
with the
先生み
students.
たいで、
He's always there for them.
特に
Since
学級委員の
Megami's class
めぐみは
representative, Mr.
福山先生との関わ
Fukuyama
りが多い
depends
みた
on her
い
more
でし
than
た。
most.
放課後一緒に残
Those
り
duties
して
would have been
学級委員
would
の
have
仕
them
事を
working
手伝
together
って
after
いた
school
だくこと
sometimes
も
too.
多かったみたいですよ。
そうなんですね
I see. I see.
帰りが遅くなったからと
He once gave
車で
Megami a
家ま
ride
で送
home
ってい
because
た
it
だい
was
たこと
getting
も
late.
礼儀正しくって
He's polite, dependable, young, and his
やり
students
がいがある先
seem
生
to
です
love
から
him.
まるで
She used to tell me
テ
how
レビドラ
handsome
マ
he
の教
was.
師のよう
Said
に
he
かっ
was
こい
like
いん
an
だって
actor from a TV show.
娘
Huh? He's an ugly motherfucker. What are you talking about?
生徒たちとも気さくに話す
She
テレ
she
ビ
says
ド
he's
ラマの
always there
教
for
師のよう
students.
な
Once she said
かっこいい
he's
先生だと聞い
like
て
a
います
cool teacher on TV.
生徒たちとも
人のイメージ
Fukuyama seems to have a good
いろいろなのね
reputation. Which is kind of weird.
人のイメージ
英介君のことがあってか
Ever
ら
since what happened to
本
Aisuke,
来は
Megami
おしゃべ
stopped
り好き
talking.
で
She used to be
いろ
such a
んなことを
chatterbox.
話してく
She
れ
used
て
to
いた
tell
ん
me
です
everything.
私と主人
My
は
husband and I don't know what she's thinking or how to talk to her.
そんな日が
At least
今日
until
まで続い
today.
てたんで
Oh?
今日までつ
Until today.
あの
How's
お母さん
Megami been today?
今日
She finally came
Oh,
out of her room
hi.
for a bit
あ、そうなん
earlier,
です。
around lunchtime.
そうだ
Oh?
え
Yeah, she
シャワー
took a shower
浴
and
び
then
て
came to the
お
kitchen.
腹が空いた
I
のって
asked
聞い
her
た
if she
ら
was hungry. She didn't say anything. She just gave me
小
a
さく
nod.
うなずいた急いで支度し
I
て
made her some lunch,
食事を出
but
した
then
ら
she just
あの
picked at it.
その姿を見て
Still, I was relieved to see her eat anything at all. But then, Megami just sat there looking kind of lost and
あの子
sad.
なりに
But I still think she was doing a great job of making herself get up and move.
どう声をか
I
けれ
wanted
ば
to
いい
say
のかわから
something,
な
but
くて
what am I supposed to say? It was so uncomfortable.
でも静かすぎ
I
るの
didn't
も
know
気
what
ま
else
ず
to
く
do,
って
so I turned on the
そし
TV.
たら
There
ワイ
was
ド
a
ショー
show
をやって
on about urban legends, and I guess you'd say the occult.
てその特
I
集
said it was
が
a special episode. Oh god. Yeah, that's when you switch channels. That's when you like go, "Oh, I think there's something else on." Like
I
was curious. I was curious, and Megami didn't seem to mind, so I left it on. She's usually interested in shows like that. Every summer's vacation, she'll sit and watch hours of the stuff. They talked about the legend of the Smiling Man. I'd never heard of it, but Megami was very interested. Then, I don't know why, but suddenly, they suddenly started, well, I swear it was about ice skating. Yeah. Oh no, and Megami was watching. I tried to turn it off in a hurry, but Megami... Megami? Can you speak to any past incident involving the Smiling Man?
Well, the oldest example would have been from about 20 years ago. Some people say that the recent incident in Kofuku City may have been the Smiling Man's doing. Word is the victim, a boy, had a paper bag over his head, much like in the stories of the Smiling Man. Though remember, the Smiling Man is only an urban legend. It would be poor taste to continue that thought. Yeah, if only reporters were like that, instead of going like, here's like 5 other, people talking about this. Megami. They were talking about a boy in Kofuku City. That could only be ice skating, right? Yeah, I think so. Life is tragic enough. They don't need to use scary stories to make it worse. That Toru Osawa was right. It's tasteless. I guess this is how urban legends grow, huh? She finally came out of her room, but I was too careless. She shut herself in her room again. She doesn't even respond when I call her. I just don't know what to do anymore. Do you think there's anything you can do for her, detective? No. She's a lost cause. Bye. From the sound of it, Megami won't be meeting up with anyone for a while. I don't expect I'd get much if I tried to talk to her. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I don't think there's anything I can do for her right now. I'm sorry. It might take some time, but I'm certain Megami will be fine. She's got a lot that she's trying to process. Be patient with her. Whatever you do, don't blame yourself for how she's feeling. Megami wouldn't like that. Thank you, detective. Hopefully we have good news about the investigation soon. Thank you. By the way, your family photo is lovely. What? What? Oh, this one? Yes, you all look so happy. Thank you. We were at an amusement park that day. Megami's a sweet girl with a bright smile. I bet everyone likes her. I know it's just a rumor, but I can see why the boys would fight over her. I feel like now I need to focus on taking care of her until she can smile like that again. I guess that's about all I can tell you.
No one could win the game but me, huh? That's how the game works.
No one can win the game but me. That's how the game works. Hi, Groovy. It's good to see you. Do it while no dialogue. It's fine. that got the point across. Although you entering with "fuck" doesn't make it any more subtle. But still, thank you. I'm sorry, I feel like I didn't help you much and you came all this way. No, I'm very happy to have made the trip. You've been very helpful. Okay. Yeah, my bad. No, it's fine. But Groovy, how are you? It is so good to see you. I do hope at some point you get to watch the Monopoly stream, because I think it was really funny. And it's me and Sam just having a good time. Also, Madara gave me 15 gift subs. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm the one who feels like I haven't been any help to you. No, detective, not at all. You made me feel better about all of this. I'll try, senor. And, good, I'm glad to hear it. She says she's okay, but is she really? No, clearly not. I should leave. Hola, Lunacita, te amo. Pardon me, ma'am. Yes? I admit I'm worried about Megami, but I'm also worried about you. You dwell on these dark things too much, they'll eat you up. It's sweet of you to be worried. Yo también solicito? Oh, right. Speaking of worrying, last night, Kohei called Megami. Detective, do you know Kohei? Kohei Takiguchi. The kids at Minami Daisen High School mentioned him. He sounded worried about Megami. I told Megami he was on the phone, but she didn't pick up. I don't know, maybe that's why she finally came out of her room today. Pronounced all that oh, did I? Thank you. I try. I'm not very good, but I try. There is a very funny sequence in Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series, like very early episode, but they like cut up the Spanish dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! At the beginning and like put different subtitles in, and then there's one part that always stuck in my brain where it's like "No puede ser" or something like that, and just that so stuck in my mind, that audio. No puede ser. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it means, but I mean, I think based on context, I think it's like a no, it can't be kind of thing, but I guess now that I think about it, the only people who called for her were Mr. Fukuyama and Kohei. Like, it can't be. Ah, yes. Oh, okay. That's, yeah. Like, contextually, I figured, but I didn't know for sure. But yeah, sometimes when I'm, like, gaming by myself, and, like, I get hit or something, I think to myself, like, no puede ser! Same as Masaka for the Japanese, which is like impossible. I see. That makes sense. You're a Spanish master. I'm definitely not. I mean, living in Southern California definitely helps because it's like, oh, there are a lot of Spanish-speaking people here, so like I kind of just pick up certain things.
History became legend. Legend became myth. Myth became myth. Bastards.
Mythbusters. I've heard Kohei's name, but I don't know any more than that. But you've heard the name, you really are quite the detective. History became legend. Legend became myth. Myth became mythbusters. Hoping that'd be more fitting. Yeah, you know, I feel like Satsu is the one who has weird magical powers like that. So how's the Scary Man? It's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. It makes me happy. He's another classmate of Megami's. They've been friends ever since elementary school. Kohei would go out to play with Megami and Eisuke all the time.
Didn't Megami, Aisuke, and Kohei hang out together much recently?
頻度は小学
Occasionally,
生の
yes,
頃よりは
but
減った
less
よう
when
で
they
す
were in
が、
elementary school.
たまに。
そうなんですね。
Has there been any trouble between the three of them?
そう
No, nothing like that as far as I know.
ただ
But they're all at that age where they want to live their own lives.
自分のことを
They don't tell their
全部お
moms
母さん
everything
に
like they
話
used
す子
to.
も私たち親
So
の
who
知ら
knows
ない
what they
と
get
ころ
up
で
to once they're out of
何
sight?
よければま
If you
た
want, you're welcome to
めぐみ
come
の様
back.
子で
Maybe
も
you can
見
speak
に
to
来て
Megami then.
はい。
Thank you. I'd love to come back. But like,
We've got to. Whoa. No, I won't.
We've got to. That's like the sound clip for this whole game is we've got to. It's like an investigation. We've got to. I'm back.
あゆみちゃん、おかえり。
Ayumi, good to see you. I love you.
森本めぐみさんのお母さんから。
Did you get anything from Megami's mother? Yeah, here's everything I heard.
あゆみちゃんは
Ayumi told me in detail about Megami's state of mind.
まるで兄弟のような存在を。
Grief at the sudden loss is understandable, especially given how close she was to Aisuke.
そんな彼女の
Ayumi and I began talking about a question she had after the interview.
佐々木くんの遺体が発見
I
さ
wonder
れ
what
た前
happened.
日
I wonder what happened to Megami the day before Eski's body was found.
タイミング的に
Such strange
何か引っ
timing,
かか
I
るのよ
mean.
ね。
でも翌朝
So
には落ち
something
着いていて
happened, but by the next morning she was calm and decided to take the day off.
そう。
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it just means that whatever happened, it wasn't serious.
そして
When the school called about Aisuke, she locked herself in her room.
佐々木くんのこと
Maybe
と
whatever happened the day before is related to Aisuke. I wonder.
どうなのかしら。
Maybe I should talk to Mr. Fukuyama again and see what he
先輩に詳しく
thinks.
聞いてみよ
No,
うかな。
never, never. You're not allowed to see him again. You're mine.
先輩、何も知らない様子だ
No,
ったけど。
he didn't have any answers
どうしようか
before.
な。
What should I do?
The thing is, I want to say that, but I know I should probably say it's worth talking to him again. I didn't.
念のた
It's
め聞いてみた
probably
方
worth
が
talking to him again.
確かに。
Yeah, that would be the right call, wouldn't it?
うん
Yeah?
うーん。
Hmm. But maybe
でも
I
やっ
should
ぱり
just let him
聞かな
gather
くて
some
も
more info
何
first.
か分かったら
If he figures out anything, I'm sure he'll let me know. He'll invite me back to his favorite cafe.
Oh. Never see him again, under any
他に
circumstances.
何か分かったこと
Did you find out anything else?
そうそう。めぐみ
Well,
さん。
Megami finally
今朝
poked her head
ようや
out
く
of the
自分
her
で部屋
room this
から
morning.
その時
Too bad it was just in time to see that TV show about urban legends.
あゆみちゃんと僕が
That same one we saw?
あの
うん。
Yeah.
つい最近幸福市で
So
起
she
きた
heard
事
them
件の
talking
被
about
害
the
者
boy
の
killed in
男の子
Kofuku City?
名前こそ出なかっ
And
たけど
anyone who knows about Aisuke would
先
figure
の
it
こ
out.
とそれで結
After that, she
局ま
went
た
back
閉
into
じ
her
こも
room
っ
and
ちゃっ
hasn't
た
come
ん
out.
だ。お母さんか
Her
わい
mom's
そう
having a hard time too, but I feel so badly for Megami.
なんだかめぐみさんが前を向こうとするたびに彼女が何かショックを受けるようなことが
I don't need you. She just keeps getting hurt, doesn't she?
ね。
I really hope she finds a way
何か
through
思い
it.
詰めたりしないと。あ、それとね、
Oh yeah,
めぐみさんが閉じ
Kohei
こもっ
called
てから
Megami after she'd locked
滝
herself
口
in her
くんか
room.
ら
竹口
Kohei
君って
Takiguchi was also
佐々
friends
木
with
君と
Aisuke,
親し
right?
かった
Or yeah?
うん
Yep,
でもめぐ
but
みさん
Megami
は
wouldn't pick up the
その
phone
電
and
話に出
speak
な
to
かっ
him.
たんだって
Or to speak to him.
そうなんだ
I see.
めぐみさん
I'm worried about Megami.
いろいろと気になる
There's
こ
a
とは
lot
あ
to
る
think
が
about,
やっ
but
ぱり今一番気にな
most
るのは
curious about what could have
佐々
upset
木君が殺
Megami
害
the
さ
day
れ
of
た当日
Aisuke's murder.
めぐみさん
うんでもこればっか
Yeah,
り
but
は
the only person
め
who
ぐ
can
みさん
tell
本人
us
に聞
that
かな
is
きゃどうしようも
Megami.
ない佐々木くんの事件と
Maybe it
は
doesn't have anything
全
to
然
do
関
with
係ないこ
Aisuke.
となのかもしれんあら誰か
Oh,
しら
who could it be?
うん
It's Fukuyama!
はい立花です
fun.
Hello, this is Tachibana.
先輩どうしたん
What's
で
going on,
すか
senpai?
めぐみさんが
Megami is
いなくなった
missing.
Oh, Oh, that's...
はいはい
Yes, yes, I understand. Be careful.
めぐみさん
Megumi has gone missing.
お母さんが警
Her
察
mother
に連
called
絡
the
したそう
police.
よ
Mr. Fukuyama is on his way to speak to her now.
僕たちも行こう。
We should go too.
うん
Yeah.
僕とあゆみちゃんは大急ぎ
Yumi and I rushed to Megumi's neighborhood.
到着してすぐに
Looked around the area, but Megumi was nowhere to be found and no one had seen her. Where on earth would she have
め
gone?
ぐみさんの行きそうな場所を
Have
思いつ
any
く
ideas? So I took Ayumi's suggestion and headed to Minami Daisen Junior High
来てま
School.
す。遅い時間のせ
Of
いか
course, at this time of night, there weren't any students around.
さすがに誰もいないか。
Yep, everyone's long gone by this point. Hmm?
あらあの子たち
Hey,
は
hey, there are a couple of kids here.
こんばんは
Excuse me. Ah. Oh, Groovy, these are gonna be your favorite characters, I'm sure. Ah, it's you.
驚かしちゃってごめんね
Sorry, I startled you. I wanted to ask you a few questions.
探偵のお姉さん
Well, you're just in time.
え
What do you mean?
さっき塾で
Kid at
森
Krem
本さんと同
School
じク
who
ラス
says
の
he's
子
in
か
the
ら
same class as Megami. He just...
その子森
He
本
said he
さ
saw
んが
Megami
部屋で
running in
ダ
her
ッシュしていく姿を見かけ
pajamas.
たそうなのとても話しかけられる
Apparently she wouldn't talk to anyone. She wouldn't respond to anyone, but he got the sense she was headed towards the bus stop.
バス停
Bus stop? Which one?
でも
The one behind the skull. It's kind of dark back there. The principal said never to go there alone at night.
しかもバス停近くに
The
は
bus stops near the pump station, too. That's where Megami could be headed?
え大変
Oh no!
すみません
Oh, and there's
あと
one
もう
more
一つお
thing.
伝え少し前
Basachi, I mean, Mr. Fukuyama.
福山先生
I
に
just
お
saw
会い
him
しました
looking really freaked out.
森本を見なかった
He asked if we'd seen Megami. We told him the same thing we'd
今お
told
姉さん
you.
そしたら先生
Then he ran off in the opposite direction of the bus stop.
福山先生
Mr. Fukuyama can get worried about his students.
周りが見え
So I'm happy if he... I'm afraid he can miss what's happening around him. I don't know why I said happy.
前も大急ぎで走って
Nothing about this is happening.
田んぼに落ちちゃって
One time he accidentally ran into a rice paddy and fell in the mud. He was covered in it.
この辺りは田んぼ
Yeah,
が
so
多
he
いから
might be in trouble.
そういう意味で
There are a
先生
whole
の
lot
こと
of
も
rice
心配で
paddies
す
around here.
わかったわ
Okay, I'll keep a lookout for Mr. Fukuyama too.
二人ともどうもありが
Thank
と
you
う。
both very much. It's getting dark, so be careful on your way home.
はい
Will do.
はい
Okay, wait, who are...
あゆみちゃん、急ごう。
Ayumi, let's hurry.
二人と
Yeah,
も
let's go.
本当に
Thank
あ
you
りが
again,
とう
both of you.
あゆみちゃん、あこ
So, favorite characters?
上原刑事だ。
Ayumi, look, it's Kuze and Kamihara. Oh, thank goodness they got to her. And Fukuyama.
あの子が
That must be Megami.
無事みたいね
Looks like she's okay. Thank goodness. I definitely thought she was gonna turn up dead.
無事発見された
We're
森
relieved
本
Megami
美
is
さん
safe after all, but she looks pretty upset and she's crying in Mr. Fukuyama's arms.
泣き続けていた。何かに耐えかねて
She's
家
still
を
in her
飛び出してきた
pajamas like
だろう
those
こと
kids
は
said. She
その
clearly
出立
ran
を見
away
れば彼
spontaneously.
女はなぜ
Why did she come here? Where's it?
佐々木
Why
英
did
介
she
君
come
が
here where
発見され
Aisuke's
たこの場所
body
に
was found? Megami regained her composure by the time we reached the police station. She still wouldn't say anything to anyone.
何も
参ったわね
We're getting nowhere. I think this is a good point for me to save and quit because it's getting to be that time, and I feel like this is another big arc. But thankfully, we at least learned that she's not dead, so... Thank you all so much for stopping by, saying hi, chatting, following, subbing, obviously. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, Instructor, Groovy is here. Or was here, at least. I try and stream every other day, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 1 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, thank you for coming by. If you are a sub of mine, you should check the sub chat channel in my Discord because I currently have a vote for what game I'll be playing tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you look. I'll miss you too, Anna. We are gonna raid someone, so if you have a suggestion, let me know. Otherwise, I'm sure I can find someone. And yeah, that'll basically be it from me for today. Let's see. We've got Speedy playing Gunfire, Kendo playing Forza. We've got Ray playing Monster Hunter Rise. There's Kirk playing Kingdom Hearts. Who have I not rated in a little while? Oh, Melody's playing Path of Exile 2. You know, I feel like I should raid Speedy, because I haven't raided Speedy in a long time. And they're playing Gunfire Reborn, which I do really like. So we're gonna raid. Exclamation mark raid will start my raid message, so you can copy and paste it and send it in Speedy's chat when we get there. Otherwise, that will be it from me for today. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Have a good one. I will talk to you later, and I hope you will give Speedy some love, because they seem to be very nice, and yeah, and they're also a part of Twitch Trot, so I feel a kinship. But yes, bye.